Welcome to the Samwelb B12 experience,
where we have you covered for all the NHL action, play-by-play, news, and more. Make sure to subscribe today. What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. It's that time. What day is it today? It's Monday, Family Day in Canada, and it is going to be a doozy as we have some afternoon Leafs action coming at you. The Leafs and the Blues going toe-to-toe this lovely afternoon. The sun is shining. It's beautiful, but they're not in Toronto today. They are in St. Louis, starting quite the lengthy road trip, and we're going to get into that in a little bit. But welcome in, Lewis. Good to see you. Not at home. Hello, welcome in. Blues will win by 2. Wow. Dallas, what's going on? Welcome in, Joanna. Beverly, how's it going? Richard, Robin, Mr. Roboto, Mark, what's up, everybody? Good to see you this afternoon. Happy Family Day. And boy, oh boy, the Leafs, the family of the Leafs family are going to have their task cut out for them today because there's a few things we're looking forward to seeing today. Morgan, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody watching along Ninja Mode. Let's get into it. Let's break this one down. Let's start with the lineups for the Maple Leafs because there was some questionable potential position players today. There were a lot of players that were game time decision, especially on defense. Joanna, I'm feeling so much better. Thank you so much. We're almost there. We're almost at 100%. The voice has a little bit more to go, but we will be there very soon. All right, the top line we expect to see today, Mitch Marner with Austin Matthews and Matthew Nyes. No change there. John Tavares is back today. We expect to see him back. He's going to be centering William Nylander and Bobby McMann. The hot McMahon gets the hand promoted up to the second line. Bobby Mack with Tavares and Nylander. Tyler Bertuzzi slides down to the third line, and I'm okay with this because he's playing with Max Domi and Nick Robertson, and this line has been fire. These guys have been awesome. Bertuzzi, Domi, and Robertson. Domi certainly making Bertuzzi look better than he has been. He's had a ton of chances. Claude, how's it going? Welcome in. The fourth line, we're going to see Ryan Reeves with David Kempf and Pontus Holmberg. Now, the D side is where it was interesting. Both McCabe and Liljegren were game time decisions. I'm happy to say both are in the lineup. So we got Liljegren with Brody paired up, Benoit and McCabe paired up. Max Lajoie, who we saw the other night play, he's going to be back in the lineup, and he's going to be paired up with Marshall Rafai. Rafai getting the call up. He's in on loan from the Marlies. He's going to be in today with Morgan Riley still out on the suspension. Connor Timmins still out with mono, although he's feeling much, much better. And of course, Giordano mourning the loss of his father. So the Leafs defensive core certainly a little shorthanded right now, but Marshall Rafai getting the call up. And I don't know about you, but I am super excited to see how Rafai plays today. He's one of those guys that looks really promising. So I can't wait to see how he's going to kind of work in this lineup and how he's going to play. For the St. Louis Blues, we have Pavel Buchnevich, who I really like. He's great. Jennifer, what's going on? Purple Queen, welcome in. He's going to be with Robert Thomas and Jordan Kyrou. Jake Neighbors, he's going to be with Braden Shen and Kasperi Kapanen. Yes, you're hearing me correct. Ex-Maple Leaf Kasperi Kapanen. And we got Brendan Saad with Kevin Hayes and Sammy Blias. And then Alexei Torpachenko with Oscar Sundqvist and Nathan Walker. The D side for the Blues, we got Nick Leddy with Colton Perrienko, Torrey Krug with Matt Kessel, Marco Scandella with Callie Rosen, again, ex-Maple Leaf Callie Rosen, and Joel Heffer expected to get the start tonight. Jordan Binghamton with the night off. Jordan Binghamton actually just handed a fine for the league as when they played Nashville a couple of games ago, a non-hockey play after the whistle, Bennington gets the stick up, the butt end of the stick, into the Nashville player's face. Does he get a 5-game suspension? No, but he does get a fine. So Bennington, he's going to get a day off today, we expect, and we're going to see Heffer get in goal. Samsonov will be the goaltender for the Maple Leafs today. Ilya Samsonov gets a start. Jones with a nice performance the other day against the Duckleheads as Toronto really took it to them. So some good matchups here. I like that the Leafs promoted Bobby McMahon, but let's talk about Auston Matthews for a second here. Auston Matthews, 12 points in his last 5 games, 8 of those goals, back-to-back hat tricks. Can he do it again? If Matthews was to get another hat trick this afternoon, he would become the first player in NHL history to get 3 hat tricks in a row, which is pretty darn incredible. The other thing about Auston Matthews, I saw a close-up picture on Twitter. I believe it was Emily had it posted on Twitter. Auston Matthews had a little something written on the inside of his glove. And usually when players write something on the inside of his glove, it's a reminder. It's there for motivation, right? It's there to remember to push them forward. And what Auston Matthews had written, I think, was the goal total he's aiming for this year. And I tell you, it's not 70. It's not 75. He had 80 written on the inside of his glove with a Sharpie. Big black numbers, 8-0. So I think Auston Matthews is targeting 80 goals this year. It's going to be tough to do. He's on pace for 75 right now. But if he keeps putting him in the way he is, boy, oh boy, wouldn't that be something? Now, if Matthews does hit that marker, if he is able to get 75 goals this year, I mean, that would be absolutely ridiculous. It would put him, I believe it's 8th on the all-time scoring goals in a single season. There's some pretty darn big names on that list, but he certainly has the ability to get in there. Now, Matthews is also chasing down another kind of place in the history books. He's currently sitting at 48 goals. He needs 2 more to get to the 50-goal mark. If he gets to the 50-goal mark, he will find himself on the list for the fastest U.S.-born player in NHL history to hit 50 goals, which is pretty darn crazy. In fact, it could make him the fastest U.S.-born player to hit 50 goals. The current best mark was 62, and that was set by Kevin Stevens. Here's a name from the past in the 92-93 season. Now, when we look in the last 35 years at the fewest games to 50 goals, there's some darn big names on here. Ivan, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Welcome in. Marty, welcome in. Do me a favor, as you are coming in, smash that thumbs up button, smash that like button. Let's get those up. We will switch over to the Gamecast as soon as they are ready to rock. But the list of fewest games to 50 goals in the last 35 years. Two players did it in 44 games. That was Cam Neely in 93-94 and Mario Lemieux in 88-89. One player did it in 46 games played, and that was Alexander McGillney in 92-93. Mario Lemieux did it again in 92-93 in 48 games. Brett Hall got 50 in 49 games in 90-91. Both Lemieux and Brett Hall on the list again as they did 50 and 50. That was in 95-96 and 91-92. And then Bernie Nichols got to 50 in 51 games. So Matthews can join that list. Should he get 2 games today, it would put him 50 in 53 games, which is pretty darn impressive. I was really hoping he would get the 50 and 50, but just shy. Of course, Matthews and Bobby McMahon exchanging hat tricks over the last couple days. Will we see somebody else get there again? Not at home. Thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. We're so happy to have you. Cheesy, what's going on? Welcome in. It's not starting just yet. They will get the anthems done. The game usually starts about 7 minutes or so after the hour. So we will definitely tune in as it is starting. Now, Jordan Kyrou, let's talk a little bit about the St. Louis Blues. The St. Louis Blues just outside of a wild card spot. They're looking to get some points in there. Jordan Kyrou needs 1 goal to reach the 20-goal mark for a 3rd consecutive season. He can become the 3rd player in the last 10 years to record 3 straight 20-goal seasons for the Blues. Tarasenko and David Backes, the other 2, they were able to get in there. Raffai right now taking his rookie lap, going around as it's Marshall Raffai for the Maple Leafs. His first game up here playing D. The Leafs let him take the rookie lap, and good for him. He wore the helmet for his rookie lap. Always good to see. Kevin, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome to the show. Welcome in, everybody. Again, as you're coming in, tap that thumbs up. Hit those likes. We want to see those going up. Now, if you missed it last night, the Pittsburgh Penguins raised the jersey, the number of one Jaromir Jagr, and they did quite a nice job doing so. All the players wearing the Jagr jerseys, they were wearing the Jagr mullets. Jagr himself coming out for warm-up with the Penguins, taking the ice. It was quite a nice moment to see. Justin, what's going on? Welcome in. Ivan, no news yet on Morgan Rielly. I was actually expecting to hear something this morning, but nothing across the lines. So hopefully we will hear something at some point today. But Jagr, one of the funniest moments, really letting loose in his speech, thanking the organization, talking about Mario Lemieux being his idol and all that. But the best moment came when he was thanking his family and friends, and he says he really wants to thank his girlfriend. And then he says the line of the night. He says, I want to thank my girlfriend. She's too young to remember when I played in Pittsburgh, but I've told her all the stories. How funny is Jagr saying he thanks his girlfriend, but she's too young to remember him playing in Pittsburgh? I was dead. I was done. I couldn't believe he actually said it. It was absolutely hysterical. But go, Jagr, go. I mean, that was awesome. Ian, hello. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. So funny. Good for Jaromir Jagr. A great little send-off there. A great moment that he has horsing around with the crew. So that was a pretty special moment. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure you can see it on social media. You can find those videos, but really funny. So we got some special treats in store for today for this Leafs Blues afternoon event. First and foremost, if you're brand new to our channel, if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome. My name is Sam. I want to let you know you're earning points just by being here and hanging out with us today. You can check your points at any time by typing !points into the chat. That will tell you what you've earned. Throughout the show, you'll be able to redeem those points and put graphics up on the screen. So whether you're a Blues fan, a Leafs fan, there's all kinds of different graphics that you can put up on the board. So you'll kind of figure it out as we go along. Thought it was his girlfriend. I honestly thought that was his daughter. Not at home. Yeah, I was shocked. I was shocked. BCHL, what's going on? Welcome in. Curtis, welcome in. Good to see you this afternoon. They're just getting the anthems underway, and then we'll be switching it in, going to the boys in the booth to enjoy this game. Of course, the Leafs and the Blues are going to battle this one out. Leafs have been doing well, 3 for 3 since the Riley suspension, looking to make it 4 for 4. This will definitely be one of the tougher games that they have to take on. Now, one of the interesting things going this week, the Maple Leafs are not going to have a lot of practice time. They play today. They fly out to Arizona. They got back-to-back games in Arizona and Vegas. That's going to be Wednesday and Thursday night. Those are going to be 10 o'clock starts Eastern time. Then they go into Colorado. So the Leafs are going to have a very busy travel week with today's afternoon game, then flying out west. So for those that are a little banged up or trying to get practice time in, it's going to be very, very difficult to do so. So we'll have to see. It's a little bit of a blessing in disguise for some of those players that are banged up. But when you're hot and you're playing well, these West Coast trips are always a breakup of the routine. And we hope the Leafs can maintain what they have going on. SpongeBob, what's going on? I'm going to the Sharks game versus Vegas. Nice. Well, that's almost a guaranteed win for Vegas, right? But we are going to be going to the booth. The anthems are still going on. Then we're going to be getting in here. Daryl, what's up? Welcome in. Really enjoyed seeing Yager last night. He looks great. He did. He looked real good, and I was really happy to see him taking warm-up. He did a really good job out there. So, Justin, if you just do !points, it'll tell you exactly what you've made up. Vininsky, welcome in. Just made a bacon sandwich. Oh, nice. I had a bacon and egg sandwich this morning, courtesy of our local Tim Hortons. Gotta love a Timmy's breakfast, getting things set and ready to go. They're really drawing these anthems out. My goodness. Let's get the anthems wrapped up here, and then we can get this game underway. I'm super excited. Now, there was an interview with Coach Sheldon Keefe earlier today where he said, the players don't really like these early starts because it totally messes up their routines. But they are happy that by the time the game is over, they still have half a day to get some family time in. So that's the benefit to the players of having these afternoon games. But not a fan as it messes up the routines. We'll have to wait and see how things shake up. All right, let's go to the boys in the booth. The anthems are done. This game's going to be starting up soon. Enjoy the game. We'll be popping in periodically to chat and have some fun. So, again, check your points, !points. We'll let you know how those go. Go Leafs, go. Let's have some fun.
16-8, 66 points. The Blues are 29-23-2 for 60 points. And these two teams met just a couple of games ago when Bobby McMahon had his first ever career hat trick to lead the Leafs to a victory. It'll be Ilya Samsonov, 11-4-6 in goal for Toronto, 3.25. And Joel Hofer for Hofer. Hofer at 10-8-0, 2.77. His goals against average 9.15 as Jordan Binnington gets the afternoon off here as the Maple Leafs tangle with the St. Louis Blues. And the opening face-off brought to you by Alpine Credits. You own your own home and need a loan? Alpine Credits can help. Get approved at alpinecredits.ca. Referee is at center ice. That is Frederick Lecue. And JT Luxmore is the other referee. James Tobias, Keel Murchison are the linesmen here this evening or this afternoon in St. Louis. Waiting for the, people to get off the ice as far as the folks now. It looks like we're ready to go. And, well, they've got a lot of movement, and so the puck was dropped, but it's not dropped. Apparently, they're going to do it all over again. So we'll get the timing going here.
Both teams off to a slow start.
Going to be a long game, Berger, at this pace. Now the puck is dropped and we're underway. Leafs to the right and the Blues to the left. As it's played along the boards on the near side, Brody trying to free it up. Nyes will send it down into the St. Louis end. Nick Leddy ringing it around the boards. Matthews was able to keep it in momentarily. Nyes after a loose puck. It's carried down into the corner. Nyes after Perienko. The puck comes free, but Marner couldn't come up with it. Blues break it back in center. In on the left wing. Little toe drag move made by Braden Shen, and then his shot went wide of the net. Perienko couldn't get it in deep. Nyes gets it out. Leafs will try to get a change started here, and the Blues are going to accommodate that by backpedaling all the way back into their own zone. Nicely underway. Glad you're with us on this Family Day holiday in Toronto. Weather here was gorgeous. A little bit minus 9 degrees outdoors as we drove into the studio here. As a shot goes high over top of Samsonov's cage. Nylander gets it freed up and off on the left wing for Domi. Domi across the line with Bertuzzi to Nylander. And that snapshot went just wide of the goal. Far side, keeping it in and down the boards now. Rafai trying to get it in front. Marshall Rafai on for his very first NHL shift. Young man brought up from the Toronto Marlies. He is a Quebecer from Beaconsfield, 6 feet, 185 pounds. And this year with the Marlies, 2 goals, 9 assists. Played down into the Leaf end. Around the board, set there by Lajoie. Lajoie ties up his man. One of the Leafs losing his stick. That was Tavares. Rafai against the boards is able to tie his man up sufficiently. That has produced a loose puck that is set around, but the defense is activated to keep it in for St. Louis. McMahon couldn't get it out. Back to the point. Rosen with a shot. That's gotten through. Collected up there by Samsonov with a bit of a gathering at the side of the goal. And nothing more to develop. John Tavares back in the lineup after missing the game the other night. And, of course, Morgan Riley waiting patiently for his other hearing.
You remember Jason Spezza got a 6-game suspension. It was
Pat, they knocked that down, Ralphie.
It was reversed, reduced to 4 after he'd served the 6 games. So he got paid for 2 games that he wasn't allowed to play in.
Yeah. The wheels of justice move slowly, Mr. Ralph. Move slowly, deliberately. Really slowly, actually.
I think the suspension was rather quick.
Yeah, well, I suppose.
The review.
Yeah. Shot down into the blue zone. Around back of the net, Callie Rosen got it out at center, but the Leafs are back to recover the puck. And T.J. Brody gets it up on the left wing and sends it down, and it's going to turn into an icing call.
Yeah, one of the odd stats, or a couple of odd stats coming to this game. Number one, in the last 2 years, the Leafs without Morgan Riley in the lineup. 17-2-1. Of course, the bulk of that was early last year.
And if you take it back one more step, they're really good when Matthews isn't in the lineup.
Yeah.
You know, I mean.
So if analytics was really running the organization, those guys are gone.
Out. Get them out of the lineup.
By the way, with Tavares out of the lineup, Bobby McMahon has 5 goals.
Yes. How's that working for you?
Yeah.
Back to the point. Long shot goes wide of the Leaf goal. Bouncing puck back at the net. The Blues trying to work it out on the far side. Neighbors gets it back behind the goal, and the Leafs will get it to the line, but unable to penetrate to get it out over the blue line. Kept in there by Perienko. Now it's wedged up against the boards in the Toronto end. Finally dug free by Braden Shen. Fed to the far side for Nick Leddy. Leddy unable to get to the puck cleanly. And it is the Blues putting some good pressure on. Now Leddy dishes off in front of the net, but no backhand. Good coverage there by Brody to tie his man up. And Marner gets an outlet pass and saucers it off. Matthews driving the net. Hit the goal post. Never mind 48 goals. He's hit the goal post 15 times. Blues get it out at center ice. Benoit will shoot it back into St. Louis territory.
What a smart play by Mitch Marner. Left wing boards, just little backhand lob into the middle of the ice at the St. Louis blue line for Matthews to skate into.
Played ahead on the left wing and in behind the Leaf defense and in on goal, down, and Samsonov. There's a jam at it. Samsonov doesn't see it, but I think he's got it.
I think it's under his right pad. He's turned sideways. Nope. Right under his stick, about 6 inches from the goal line is the view we have right now. But Austin Matthews busting in, pressure coming from the left side, so he throws a backhand towards the net, off the post, and then the Blues. Jordan Kyrou comes back with a partial breakaway at the other end. Matthew Knies got back pretty quick to try to find any loose garbage that might have been around Samsonov, who was searching for it.
So he remains scoreless, 15:48 to play in the first period.
And as honest Matthews has been, Jordan Kyrou's got 6 goals in his last 7.
Austin Matthews, the number 1 star of the week. McDavid and Tkachuk, numbers 2 and 3. Here's a pass for Domi, who cuts in with a wrist shot. Juicy rebound there, but Bertuzzi couldn't come up with it. Now he gets it to Domi in front of the net for Nylander. Nylander sending it around back of the net. And the Blues are going to break it out into the center ice area. Played in on the right wing and rattled around the boards back of the goal. Liljegren trying to reverse it and has.
Let's go.
Working on the boards then was Brody to get it back up on the wing. Bertuzzi has it knocked in over the line. It's a delayed offside, and so the Leafs are going to get an opportunity to move the puck up ice. Slashed into the St. Louis zone. Holford couldn't come up with it, and it is right back out at center ice. Leafs send it back in off a stick into the Blues end. Hofer out of the goal to scoop it around the boards past Robertson, and it's out into the center ice area now, forcing Bobby McMahon back in his own zone. Lajoie got it out at center. Tavares looking for McMahon and Robertson, and that is whistled down and a face-off coming. So John Tavares between Bobby McMahon and Nick Robertson.
Who said McMahon might be going over to John Tavares saying, just so you know, I've been pretty good since you've been away. So, just take a look for me.
You know, that's your sense of humor. And I'm sure that in the dressing room, there has to be some of that, right?
Yeah.
Hey, big fella, you know, you've been in the league a while, but I'm really hot right now.
Last time we played these guys and you weren't here, I carried it.
So feel free to keep an eye open for me. I'm over here on the left.
Big boy.
Big boy, yeah. That down into the Blues end, round on the boards. Would you just love to hear John Tavares' response?
There would be something about structure and playing with it.
Played into the corner then by McMahon. Into the St. Louis zone. They work after it. Tavares battling against the boards, back of the net. McMahon unable to get to it, but it's squeezed along the wall, and Benoit pinches. He's not going to be able to keep it in, but a good play made there by Jake McCabe to come over and body his man Sundqvist to force an offside. Brings a stoppage of play and no odd man rush going the other way. Austin Matthews, the closest to opening the scoring.
Welcome in. They're going to a commercial break. What a start to this hockey game. No goals as of yet. Again, thank you so much for hitting that subscribes, hitting those likes. If you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, hit that thumbs up. We're about halfway to a hundo. We want to get those ones up. We appreciate everybody coming in and supporting our channel here. So welcome in. Leafs kind of getting one shot on net. St. Louis only with 2, so not a lot of shots. Really, a lot of the action been taking place in the neutral zone. Prep coming in with the $5 super chat. Happy Family Day to everybody. Prep, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. And happy Family Day to you and yours and everybody. So Matthews, he came close there. He dinged one off the post. And again, as they were saying, he has about 15 posts so far, which is pretty crazy. Matthews trying to get in there and get things done. If you're new to the channel and you're just coming in, you see the graphics coming up on the screen. You can do that as well. you're earning points, you can check them by typing !points in the chat, and then you'll figure out the commands on how to do it. Ben, all right, see you later. Rick, what's going on? Happy Family Day. Andrew, happy Family Day. Welcome in. Again, thank you all so very much. Good start here for the Leafs. Let's see them now pick it up, and get one to take this one home. Now, by the way, as we are making our way towards 9,800 subscribers, when we get to 9,800, we are going to announce our 10K giveaway. And if you're a Leafs fan, you're not going to want to miss it. All right, let's get back into the game and see how the Leafs can play for the rest of this first period. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Thank you all so much.
Hat tricks in a season. 10th player in NHL history is Auston Matthews, as he is up to 48 on the season. Slashing it back in. When he reaches the 50-goal plateau, he'll be just the second Leaf to ever have multiple 50-goal seasons. Rick Vaive had 3 back in the 80s. Loose puck that Reeves couldn't get to. Pontus Holmberg trying to tip it in front. That didn't work. And the Blues will get it out into the center ice area and down into the Toronto zone. Reeves looks back up ice to find Brody. Rink wide to his defense partner, Liljegren. And then deflected down into St. Louis territory as David Camp goes after a loose puck that Kessel played away from him. Blues get it out at center. No score. Brought back in again by Nyes. On the angle, a shot. And that caught Hoffer by surprise and took it right off the shoulder side of the mask and just wide. Here's Nyes again. Dropping for Marner. Marner pushes it back to the blue line. Over on the far side, a shot deflects wide of the goal. Into the corner goes Marner to play it around back of the net. Nyes couldn't push it out in front where Matthews was awaiting. And it comes back to center ice. And the Leafs trying to come away with a loose puck, but the Blues get it down into the zone. Rafai in against the boards, trying to work the corner. First NHL game for the young man as it comes around. Got to be pretty sharp. 3 years at Harvard, and you don't come out of there without having a couple of cerebral thoughts and a fairly sharp mind going for you. Leafs are able to tip it out at center. Marner's by himself. Now decides to curl. Still looking, and now is going to saucer it in. Benoit had ideas of chasing, but then goes back to his defensive position. But the Leafs get a turnover with Domi getting it into the corner. Bertuzzi tipping it along into the far side, but it doesn't reach Nylander. Leafs kept it in momentarily with McCabe, but the Blues have got it again and are bringing it out into the center ice area and playing it down into the Toronto zone. No score, first period, 11:43 to play.
I do like this line, though. I mean, Max Domi bumped up with Bertuzzi and Willie Nylander.
Along the boards, back to the point, kept in by the Blues, fed off on the left wing, and Samsonov comes out smartly to take the angle away, stands his ground, and covers up with no rebound.
And no excess movement as well. Got out of the top of the crease, got squared up, anchored, and took it right in the chest. But you're right, that earlier chance by Matthew Nyes really seemed to surprise Hofer with his reaction to it. Matthews beat Hofer a little earlier, but rang it off the goalpost on a backhand.
Good job by Jake McCabe there to box out and give Samsonov a clear view of that shot. Blues win the faceoff. It's centered, but it's gone right by everyone and come all the way down into St. Louis territory.
What about this? The St. Louis Blues, best in the NHL when scoring first. They're 23-2, and they've scored the first goal of a game.
What happens if they don't, Mr. Ralph?
They're not very good. They are 6-21-2, giving up the first goal.
That's bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
And an offside at the St. Louis blue line.
There's so many of those stats and numbers that you think are just, you might start the first month or two where they're a little exaggerated, and eventually everything's going to even out. But not with the Blues. And here's another one that's a little hard to digest. The Toronto Maple Leafs against the Western Conference this year. 18-5-2. Can we just go right to the final?
Yes. bypass any of the preliminaries. Let's go straight to the Stanley Cup final and take our chances. Samsonov has had a great string since coming back. Only Luka-Pekka Luukkonen has had a better streak of goals against since then. He's had 3 shutouts here in the last little while for the Buffalo Sabres. Parayko gets it down into the Toronto zone. Bunt around back of the net to the far side for Bertuzzi. He couldn't get it by the defenseman. Now the scrum continues with 3 Leafs trying to pry the puck free, and they finally do. And around back of the net it goes, and now here's an alley-oop pass. It's just going to bounce down into the St. Louis end. Kessel goes back to retrieve it. We are halfway through the period. There is no score. Blues with 7 wins in their last 10 games, scored 28 goals over that span. Shot into the zone. Samsonov punching it up along the wall. Blues are able to cut it off. Kevin Hayes with a shot that Samsonov made the save, and Brandon Saad, I think, gave him a little bit of a whack on the glove, which drew a cross look from the Leaf netminder. There is no score.
2 game suspension?
2.5. It is no score.
No score. They're going to take a commercial break. Both teams real slow and sluggish out of the gate here. As you can see, only a couple of shots apiece. That hockey fan, what's going on? Welcome in everybody. Thanks so much for watching here. We're now 30 likes away from 100. 240 people here. So do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, smash it. Let's get it up over 100. Appreciate it. JDA, what's going on, brother? Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope everybody's having a good afternoon so far, even though it's really just getting going. The Leafs and their fans have a dysfunctional relationship. Prep, we certainly do. We are an emotional bunch, and we love it. We love our hockey. But listen, these Blues are hanging around. These Blues need to get going, right? They want to get in that wild card. They got to do it. They got to push. The West is no slouch. It is tough to squeak in there. And right now, the Blues, I think, or are they only a couple of points out? Actually, they are just in there. Sorry, they're a couple of points ahead of Nashville. Nashville right on them. So St. Louis needs all the points they can get to keep up there, keep ahead of the Nashville Predators. And they have 1 game in hand against Nashville, but the West is a very close bunch. A couple of wins can all of a sudden be the difference between being in or being out. But these Maple Leafs, they're back up in 3rd position in the Atlantic, currently sitting in a home ice spot if the playoffs were to start today. They do have a couple of games in hand on all the teams, so let's see how the Leafs can continue to play. Make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's get back to the booth.
Throwing the mitts whilst with the Toronto Marlies. Harvard boy, why would he be doing that? That's just silly. You know some of the other Harvard players that have played for the Maple Leafs?
Well, I know they weren't teammates.
No, Dominic Moore and his brothers, all 3 of his brothers went to Harvard on scholarships. All 3 were drafted into the National Hockey League.
Not fair, is it?
And if you're talking about families that should have patriarchs in the Hockey Hall of Fame, I'm suggesting the Moores
family,
should be in there. Yep.
I think you got to pick one. Be smart or play sports.
What was yours?
I was average at both. I had the perfect 50-50 split.
Puck down into the Toronto zone. Center wraparound attempt was knocked away nicely there by the Maple Leafs. Holmberg, and out in center ice it comes. Boy, there's a lot of room for argument on both of those occasions.
I don't think so.
You think you've got it right down, Pat?
I think I've got the analytics that'll back that up. And if I was smarter, I'd be able to show it to you.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, we talk about Austin Matthews coming into this game. The city of St. Louis certainly is familiar with great goal scoring. You go back, Brett Hull, starting in the 89-90 season. 3 straight years, 72 goals, 86 the following year, another 70-goal season after that before dropping to 54, 57.
Oh, wow. At the point, Blues keep it in. A shot off the shoulder. Good save made by Samsonov. And it's going to be launched on a backhand, high to center. Settled nicely then, well, Matthews thought he had, but as it bounced, it turned into an offside, says the linesman. And so a face-off coming in neutral ice.
1 o'clock start Toronto time, but a 12 o'clock start in St. Louis. So, and the Leafs do not play a lot of afternoon games. I know they played one in Dallas last year in November. There have been a few sprinkled in, but obviously never at home or rarely at home. I think 4 o'clock, Joe, is the earliest we've had at home in the last while.
Mm-hmm. Arizona, Vegas, Colorado on this schedule. It starts in St. Louis. Pass goes to Matthews. Back to the blue line. Walking the line. It comes to Brody. Brody dropping it back. Liljegren to Marner. A shot that deflected wide. Nyes unable to reach it. And the Blues trying to play it up the boards are going to get it out and down the ice. And an icing call with 7 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in the period. St. Louis with 5 shots on goal. The Leafs with 3, but the best scoring chance was a backhand by Austin Matthews that found iron instead of mesh. And subsequently is not a shot on goal.
A lot of players love to play afternoon games, but some guys are very routine oriented where they like to have the morning skate, the pregame meal, pregame nap.
Some guys are not getting in yet. Went down into the corner.
That was a different era.
Yes, it was a different era. Absolutely. Shot in by Domi. He works down the left wing boards, trying to play it in the slot, and Bertuzzi, or at least Robertson, was knocked down, heading to the front of the net. Blues have sent it back into the Toronto end. Brought out by Max Lajoie. Left for Nylander. Slides in over the line. Got it on the left wing for Lajoie. Back of the net for Willie. Tied up there. Bertuzzi helps out by taking it into the corner. Nylander got it freed up. It comes around the boards to the near side. Lajoie made a good decision there. Thought about pinching and then saw some traffic developing in behind him and decided he better get back, and now is in position to make a deflection to get it through the goal crease and away from harm's way. Kept in by Buchnevich. Sent to a far wing on the left wing side. Get it back to Buchnevich as he walks the line. Finds Krug. Corey Krug to the far point. Lots of traffic developing in front of the net. Krug to Buchnevich. Fanned on it, but it goes to Krug. And then off on the wing a shot. And that goes off a stick and high into the screen. And it may have been Nick Robertson getting over there and getting a stick in the way.
And multiple times, though, it seems like it went off a Leaf right back onto a St. Louis stick, where the Blues ended up getting 2 or 3 really good scoring opportunities out of it. But you do really like the way Ilya Samsonov, only 5 shots so far. Boy, yeah, this last one, a redirection right in front of Ilya Samsonov. And I don't know if that was targeted for the top corner. So was that Nylander got the stick on it, Joe?
It might have been. I know Robertson was out there as well, but here's Marner finding Tavares. He tried to get it in. That didn't work. Tavares on the left side with Matthews and Marner now as Sheldon Keefe does a little bit of juggling. And 6:14, and we get a whistle. And I don't know if anything more other than the offside. I don't believe so. Face-off coming just outside the St. Louis end as Tavares works on the left wing with Matthews and Marner. Puck along the boards off the face-off. Scrummed. And bang away and try to pry it free. And the Blues still can't get any momentum with it. Finally, when it does come free, it's McCabe, and he misfires on a pass for Matthews. 4 Blues across the line, a drop pass in the slot. Good hustle by Marner to get over there and block a shot as it comes around the boards to the near side. Marner unable to get it out. Gets it again now, and off the glass. It's elevated high and down into St. Louis territory. No score. Just 5 shots for the Blues, 3 for the Maple Leafs. Sent into the Toronto end. Hustling in there with a hit was Blais. The puck comes back to the point, and we've got an injured Leaf. No, we've got an injured Blue. My mistake.
Yes, Sammy Blais is down.
He's the one that was delivering the hit. So he may have got the old, I'm just going to wedge this stick up against the boards, and when you come through me, you're going to take that right.
Boy, he has had some tough luck with injuries over the years as well, but you're right. He was administering the hit and takes the brunt of it.
Yeah, Max Lajoie kind of got the elbow on the stick up, wedged against the boards. We've got a stoppage of play.
Stoppage in play. Again, no score, 0-0. St. Louis really putting on the pressure. Toronto, sluggish. They need to pick it up. Right now, they're letting St. Louis push them around. We know these afternoon starts are tough to get it going, but Toronto's got to wake up here and really get things going. I'm sure they'll have a much, much better second period, especially if they can keep the score at zeros moving in. Again, thank you so much for joining us. It's an early game here on this family day in Canada, so we appreciate you all joining us. Great job. We're so close to that 100 likes. If you haven't hit the like yet, hit that like. And of course, excuse me, hit that subscribe as well. We're almost at 9750. You can help us get there. Lori, hello there. What's going on? And Norman, a good afternoon. Is Lajoie, the guy from Team Canada, from like a couple of years ago. He's been kicking around for a little while, but he's playing okay. He's playing okay. So is Rafai Prestow. He's holding things down. Tyler, thank you. We're almost back to 100%. We are so close. So we'll be back doing our thing full time very, very soon. Mark, I can at intermission. Is there a particular one? Did you want to see that that hit? I can see if I can pull that for intermission, if that's the one you're looking for. If there's a specific highlight, let me know, and if I can track it down. Yeah, there's certain things we can do, certain things we can't do, for sure. But let's see if the Leafs can pull this one out. About 5.5 minutes to go left in this first period. Again, thank you so much for your support here. Let's get back to the boys in the booth and see how this one closes out.
Jim Ralph. As the Leafs open this road trip, Owen Hall and Chris Horvat pushing all of the buttons. Jim Taddy and Frankie Corrado coming along with our intermission in 5 minutes and 16 seconds as the Leafs and Blues are scoreless here in the first period. David Camp punching it down the boards. Reeves takes his man to the boards. Pontus Holmberg couldn't come up with it. The Blues get it out, but it's going to be off a stick and down into the zone in a foot race here that Liljegren is trying to win and does against Brandon Saad. Leafs get it out. Reeves to center. He'll flip it in. Holmberg in against the end boards, creates a crowd. David Camp in there, but can't come up with it.
Let's go!
And the Blues with Kyrou getting it in over the line. He drops it back. Kyrou into the corner now, looking for Walker. It comes back upon the boards. The Leafs unable to get it out. Chipped back in by Matthew Kessel around the boards back of the net. McCabe tried the other wing, but it is too well covered until it does squirt free. And Ryan Reeves launches it high to center. It's knocked down with a high stick.
Kessel kind of rolled his eyes and looked up towards the scoreboard saying, really?
Well, once he touched it, yeah. I guess, yes. That was the...
But I think he was thinking this is close enough. It's the middle of the ice, nothing going on. But shots on goal still just 5-3, favoring the Blues. And it really doesn't feel like either team has gotten any kind of momentum, have they? Sort of a feeling out period still.
Blues back in over the line. Shen sent it in front of the net, chipped to the far boards. Whacks high in the air, comes in front of the net, and a shot down is Samsonov. And he makes another excellent save. Spread out at the top of the crease in the butterfly, and no rebound.
Really a lot of Ilya Samsonov struggles, and you have a tendency to do this as a goaltender when you're struggling. where you stay back closer to the goal line. You think that's going to give you more time to react. But when you're on, you're a little more aggressive. You're out at the top of the crease, and you trust your instincts that if you got to go post to post, you can get there.
Another pass into the slot area. The Blues control the puck. Rosen trying to find an open man, comes to the near side. Kessel took a whack at it. It goes to the near corner. Leafs are able to get it free, and Nylander gets an outlet pass, and Liljegren comes to center. Timothy dropping the puck back, and a shot from an angle. A shoulder save had to be made there by Hoffer, and it's back out at center ice for St. Louis. Blues in across the line. Neighbors trying to play it into the slot, had it picked off. Matthews, bit of a Lone Ranger rush, waiting for teammates. Drops it off on the left wing for Benoit. Drop pass! And a one-timer there by Nyes was stopped by the St. Louis goalkeeper. McCabe trying to tie up his man, but didn't. Kyrou got it to the front of the net, but there was enough Leaf traffic back there to deny access to the front of the goal. Off the boards and chipped to the red line. Benoit gets to the red line, launches it into the far corner. Leddy trying to play it back to the net. Nyes got it. Oh, and he centered it, and it went past both Marner and Matthews by just a fraction of an inch.
And Matthew Nyes had the great setup to Austin Matthews to open the scoring against Anaheim on Saturday.
They were like a layer, and that puck missed both sticks by just a whisker. Played back into the St. Louis end. 2:28 to go to the point. Kept alive there and sent in deeper around the boards by Max Lajoie. And the Blues trying to come out. Robertson diligently back-checking against Leddy. Forces a pass. And now the Blues have to restore order back in their own zone. Good forechecking and back-checking there by Nicky Robertson. Robertson with the puck on the left wing. Tried to backhand it out the first time, then made a quick rink-wide pass on the second. It's trapped on the far side there by the Leafs. Played back to the point now for Brody off his skate. Nothing more he could do but try to slash it in around back of the net. Reeves couldn't come up with it. Back out at center ice it's come before Liljegren hammers it right back into the zone. Minute 37 left to play here in period number 1. There is still no score. Shot down into the zone and a whistle here. I believe the puck may have cleared the glass, and it will be brought back into the center ice area.
Timothy Liljegren may remember a game in St. Louis a little over 2 years ago. Scored his first NHL goal January 15th, 2022 against Jordan Biddington. I recall it was a turnaround one-timer in the second period. It was a game the Leafs led big, then trailed late, came back and eventually won it in overtime.
Blues back in their own zone. Pass ahead, broken up at the blue line there by Benoit. Blues go back in their own end with Buchnevich trying to organize. Fed off on the side by Kessel. Shot into the Toronto end with less than a minute to go in the period. McCabe takes the puck to the boards. Back of the Toronto net. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players scrumming it. When it comes free, it's David Kampf getting it out at center, and with some skating room on the left wing, gains the zone. Puts the brakes on. Looks for a man. Backhands it in a little bit too far there for Holmberg. Reeves trying to help out. Back to the point it comes to Brody. Brody to his defense partner Liljegren. Down into the corner, and a shot from an angle by Max Domi is swallowed up by Hoffer, and there will be a face-off coming in the St. Louis zone.
Shots on goal now, even at 6. It's really hard to tell if Hofer's on his game or not, or if the Leafs might be able to take advantage of the youngster getting the start on goal. He has won 3 straight in his last 3 appearances.
Draw one by St. Louis. Sent out into the center ice area. Knocked into the Toronto bench. 18.7 seconds in a period that has been somewhat nondescript, other than the Matthews goal post and a couple of good saves made by Ilya Samsonov. There really hasn't been a lot of flow to it, has there?
No. St. Louis coming in 3-3 in their last 3-3 in their last 6 games, but that was after a 5-game winning streak.
Liljegren plays it around the boards for Brody. He's going to get it out at center for Bertuzzi. A pass for Domi was out of his reach. Just 4 seconds left now, and the Blues are going to take it back and run the clock. I think we can safely call the Hockey Hall of Fame and say, I think all descriptions and accounts of that first period should be eradicated, and a 0-0 tie is in the books.
As we said, the first goal means a lot more than the St. Louis Blues in the West. But
Wow. So nothing doing at all here in the first period of play. Let's get these stats refreshed here. I'm a little surprised. I expected to see a lot more taking part in this first period. I mean, both teams very sluggish. 5 shots for the Leafs. When was the last time we saw the Leafs with only 5 shots in the first period of play? St. Louis not much better, only 7. Neither team hitting that 10-shot marker. Gordon, what's going on? Welcome in. And of course, now that we're on camera, blended family, huge congratulations to you and the entire family. That is phenomenal news. Very, very happy to hear. Hope everyone is doing well and is healthy and getting by. But that is so awesome. So congratulations to the family. And Jordan, thank you so much for the super chat. Much appreciated. There you go. Stanley Cup for Jordan's Disney Adventures. Thank you. That was absolutely, I mean, that was the best part of the period. Getting that news from Blended Family that they've welcomed a new member to their family. That was the best part of this whole period. Taking a look, they've actually updated the shots now. 6 shots for Toronto, 6 shots for St. Louis, 10 hits for Toronto, 8 for St. Louis. Toronto doing a good job in the faceoffs. No penalties, which means no power plays. Taking a look, giveaways 4 and 3. Toronto with the 4. Each team with 2 takeaways and a couple of block shots. 6 for Toronto, 4 for the St. Louis Blues. So really not a whole lot of action taking place, which is just crazy. Let's see if the Leafs can pick this up in period number 2 as they come around. A couple other games underway right now. The Buffalo Sabres have a 2-1 lead over the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, and the Dallas Stars actually just tied it up 1-1 with the Boston Bruins. That one is closing the end of the first period. A couple of games kicking off at 2 o'clock, and then 3:30 we got games all day long. Hockey 97, thanks so much for hitting that subscribe. Welcome to the craziness. We appreciate everybody for supporting our channel. Just amazing. So again, thank you all so much for what you do. Matthews, he has his league leading 48 goals on the year. He needs 2 more for 50. We're hoping to see that happen. He really was going toe-to-toe with Sam Reinhart. They were so close, but Matthews pulling away. Reinhart sitting at 39 goals. Kucherov at 36. Pasternak at 34. Matthews and Nylander go into this game tied at 71 points apiece. So they are tied for the team lead. So there's been a lot of conversations since Nylander signed saying, I can't believe the Leafs signed him for that much money. He's not worth it. Yada, yada, yada. Well, look at this. Here he's sitting tied with Austin Matthews for the Leafs lead in points. And I think that Nylander deal is certainly going to look real good down the line. Now, I did want to show you. Let's see if I can bring this up without kind of breaking anything here. Let's see if we can bring in, let me go into my preview mode here. Let's see if I can get this highlight and show you what exactly happened to the Sammy Bias when he took that kind of hit to the face that knocked him kind of out of commission here. So give me a moment while we just try and bring this up. Maybe we can't. Oh, yes, we can. I got to switch over here. Got to switch this around. So we're going to bring this up. Just show you a quick highlight of what did take place. Ooh. I can't get to that window. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna fix this around. Sorry, it's this is what happens when we do things on the fly. There we go. All right, so we're gonna bring this up for you, and I'm gonna share this momentarily, and we'll take a look at what happened here. It was a bit of a scary moment which took place. Okay, let me make sure. Okay, perfect. So let's bring this up here, and I'll show you exactly what happened. Again, a little bit of a scary moment here. You can see in the middle of the screen, they're going into the corner together. They're going in after the puck, right? This is a battle. This happens all the time. The Leaf player kind of getting in there first. You see the St. Louis player coming in from behind. They're going to work their way down into the corner, and right here, you can see the Leaf player's elbow does come up, and that is unfortunately going to make contact. You kind of lose it in the boards here, but he kind of makes contact right into the jaw, into the face there of Sammy Bliss. And it's a bit of a scary moment, right? Again, going in for the play. Bliss is going for the hit. And look at the positioning here. Look at the positioning. He's going in to kind of hit the Leaf player directly from behind, right? So this is no good. He doesn't try to come to the side. Now he's slowing up. So really his intent is he's going to push him into the boards and pin him. He's not actually going to plaster him from behind, but very dangerous positioning here. And that's why the elbow comes up, and you can see kind of right here, boom, gets that contact on the jaw, probably knocked him a little bit goofy, and he kind of takes the Leaf player into the boards. But again, look at this positioning. If the Leaf player didn't have his elbow up and Bliss didn't take that elbow to the jaw, he gets run from behind into the boards. Now, he did kind of turn after the hit. He turned, so he's protecting himself, but a very dangerous play there, and definitely kind of not needed by any means, right? So that's something we should not really see happen. He got the elbow up, and I think the elbow kind of really protected everybody in that moment. So a little bit of a play that could have been very dangerous, but it worked out, and it was okay. That was probably the biggest highlight of the period. Let me see if I can pull up. I mean, Sammy made some good saves. Matthews had a good chance. We're going to see if we can bring this up here. Here we go. Let's see. All right, let's see if we can bring this one back up. Matthews, he's driving hard. He's trying, but he's still has not gotten in there. So let's see if we can arrange this and bring up the Matthews play here. Show you what kind of took place. There we go. Bring in Austin Matthews. So here's another play. Matthews coming in. He kind of is breaking free, right? He gets cut loose. And Roger, how's it going? It's actually on Sportsnet. The game is on Sportsnet. They need to shoot more. They definitely need to shoot more. But here's that chance by Matthews. Matthews coming in all alone. A nice backhand right from, what is that, about 7 feet? Just about the hash marks. Little backhand, and it beats him, and he puts it just off the posts. So Matthews, and look where the puck came out. The puck came out almost right back on Matthews' stick, and he would have had a chance there on the rebound, but it just shot out past him. So good opportunity there. Good try for Matthews, but he just could not put that one in. That's really all that happened in the first period. So if you're just coming in, if you've missed the first period, not a whole lot has taken place. You can see very low shooting. Both teams a little sluggish. We're going to see if the second period can now really pick it up. How many likes now? We are officially 110 likes. So congratulations, everybody. 110 likes. We did it. We got over the 100 like marker. So thank you so very much for your support in doing that. That was kind of our target. Now we're on our way to 150. 150 is the next target we want to get to. So thank you all for that. And from us, a subscriber count, 9750. We are now 50 subscribers away from being able to announce our 10K giveaway. And some of you are probably saying, well, Sam, why are you going to make the announcement at 9,800? Isn't that a little far away? Well, I think what we're giving away at 10K is pretty damn cool. That's all I'm going to say. It's pretty darn cool. And I want to make sure we get it out there. And so hopefully that will inspire some people to come in and join us for a chance to win. So 50 subscribers away. Let's see how close we can get to that 9,800 marker today. So I've challenged you all. You've done a great job on the likes, a great job on the subscribes. Now share out that stream. Hit the share button. Put it on your Reddits, your Discords, your Facebooks, your Twitters, your hockey communities, and we appreciate you for telling your circles about our little channel and what we do here. It won't cover the game in the Roger, boo. It's funny. We talked earlier about blackouts, and I don't know what I understand what the NHL is doing, and this it impacted me when we were down south. We were staying at a place that had actually purchased the hockey package from their cable company, and the couple Leaf games we wanted to watch were under blackout because they were on ESPN Plus. So that way the center ice package down there couldn't show them. If you're purchasing a specific package to watch NHL games, they should not be able to be blacked out. There are so many streaming services now and so many people trying to push everyone online. Like if you subscribe, Sportsnet is not free. If you subscribe to Sportsnet through your cable package, you should not have the games you want to watch blacked out. They shouldn't force you to go to Sportsnet Plus or ESPN Plus to pay even more to watch these games. The PWHL is doing it right. And I'm sure as the PWHL continues to grow in popularity, this is going to change. But right now, they are showing all their games live on YouTube. They do show them, certain markets have their TV channels where they're showing the games, but you can watch them also on YouTube. The PWHL is doing a great job getting visibility for all of their fans. I love what they're doing right now. Do I expect the NHL to show everything for 100% free? Absolutely not. And for my sake, I kind of hope they don't. But, make it available. If you're paying for a package, if you're paying to see games, they shouldn't also have you blacked out. Now, my cable company just raised the price. You have to buy a special sports package to be able to get Sportsnet and TSN. And they just raised the price for that sports package because they know that's what people want at a cable. A lot of people are only subscribing to those sports packages. Krista, you're right. It's all about the Benjamins. It's all about the money. And I get it. These companies are out there. And it's a business. They're there to make money. But it's getting a little crazy. It's getting a little ridiculous. We just want to watch some good hockey. And, sometimes we can't even do that. I'm selling something free exposure. It's absolutely priceless. Yeah, it's nuts. It is absolutely nuts. You can see the likes now. Yeah, if you refresh, the likes will come up. YouTube, they're playing with their stuff again. And in the last release, what they've done is that the likes have actually been frozen. So if you open a window from the beginning of the stream, you may only see 15 likes. But if you hit that refresh, it will turn it around and you'll see the current like marker. We're currently 114, so really good job, everybody. Let's see if the Leafs can do as good of a job as you guys are doing today. You guys are absolutely crushing it today. And this is good. This is a fun game. Absolutely expect more from both of these teams. Nashville is chasing St. Louis. So why is St. Louis not putting in a better effort here? They need to wake up and get going. The Leafs need to get going. And you know what? I went on such a tangent I didn't even talk about what I really wanted to talk about. And thank you, Krista, for putting that in, bringing me back on track because I often go off the rails. We were talking earlier about some of these guys the Leafs need to sign. You know, Simon Benoit, he's a restricted free agent. He's making $775. I say we got to sign that guy. Give him $1 million. He's been great. Jake McCabe, he's got one more year under his belt. So this summer, he's going to be eligible for an extension. I really hope they do. Jake McCabe's making about $2 million. I hope they keep him around. He has really, really been great. So I'm really impressed with those two. You know, from a forward standpoint, Bobby McMann is an unrestricted free agent. He's making $762. Now, I know he really hasn't done much until this past week when he's exploded in offense. So, you know, I'd love to see them keep Bobby McMann around. I hope they do lock him up. You probably wouldn't want to give him a huge raise because I don't think he's proven he's worth, you know, $1.5 million, $2 million. But right now, again, I think $1 million for Bobby McMann is worth it. He's been a really good player, and he's been consistent. You know, he doesn't make a ton of mistakes. He's a good depth player. Noah Gregor's another one, right? Noah Gregor, Noah Gregor came in on a PTO this year. He came in. He's a restricted free agent, again, making $775. He probably needs to earn a little bit more. Nicky Robertson, also restricted free agent, making just under $800,000. You know, he's been fantastic when they actually let him to play. So it would be great to see what they're going to do with a couple of these guys. You know, the restricted free agents, I'm not overly worried about because there's time. We're not really going to lose them. But it's those UFAs. Max Domi is the one that comes to mind. We got to lock this kid up. He's making $3 million. I'd give him $3.5 million. I'd even be willing to go up to $4 million if he can get a couple of more goals in. But Max Domi, $3 million is a great price for him right now, and he's an unrestricted free agent. Lucas, what's going on? Welcome in. A lot of events, including non-sporting events, should be visible if more people who can't go nor pay the chance to enjoy these things. Yeah, and you know, it's a good point you make there, Duke. Going to these games is expensive. Going to these games is super, super expensive. And, you know, it's if people can't afford to go, there has to be alternate ways to see it. So, yeah, Leafs, it's going to be interesting to see what they can do. Of course, trade deadline is coming up in a couple of weeks. And, you know, what moves are they going to make? I'm still holding out for Boone Jenner. I'd love to see Boone Jenner coming over. He has a great contract, couple of years remaining, a favorable cost. So it would be great to see Boone Jenner coming over. Of course, a couple of defense definitely in need for the Leafs. All right, the intermission is just about wrapped up. We're ready to get this game back underway. Thank you for hanging out, letting us rant and rave. Let's go back to the booth and get set for period number 2.
Believe that maybe the grandkids should get season's tickets and go because the team never loses, and with Caleb there, they're scoring 9.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think that happens on a regular basis.
Yeah?
Those free tickets.
Yeah. Wonder where you get those. Well, I know they.
Oh, and by the way, I should say before they get started, because they're still chit-chatting, I do want to say thank you again to everybody who's come in and hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it big time. So thank you for supporting our channel. Again, 50 more to go to 9,800. Let's see how close we can do today. Thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. Now, let's get this period underway. Go Leafs, go.
But
then you
lots
were
of
right,
time
though.
left.
There was that other opportunity where Matthew Nyes from behind the net threw it out front, put it right between Matthews and Marner. That might have found the back of the net rather easily had it been tape with Matthews.
Getting ready for the start of the second period. The Leafs to the left and the Blues to the right. And the puck is dropped and we're underway. Played off the boards by Brody, and it's launched into the St. Louis end. Holford plays it in along the boards, cut off there by Matthews, back around behind the net into the near corner. Matthews giving pursuit, and rubs his man, and Marner is able to dig it out. Nyes trying to stick handle it. He does. He scores! Some great forechecking work done by Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner. And when it got to Nyes, he made a nifty little move around the defenseman and tucks it home. And it's 1-0 Toronto. And just mentioned the grandkids, and they're scoring already.
Little chip in. I think the Blues thought there was going to be a whistle. Play continued. Austin Matthews was able to throw it around behind the St. Louis net and then chase after it. And it was Nick Leddy trying to force it up the left wing boards. Matthews clamped on. Marner came in to help. They get the puck to the middle of the ice, but Matthew Nyes, a little forehand, backhand deke around the St. Louis defender and then goes high blocker side. They get the Leafs on the board first. Now there's a discussion. I don't know if this is going to be challenged at all. I mean, I'm almost wondering, did it go into the Leaf bench? That's why everybody thought there was going to be a whistle. But it looks as though we're going to
Never mind. Play on. Everything's good. Mark, you're right. Just about every goal you sit back and say, it looks like, well, let's wait here. Is there going to be a decision made? And however it is. Well, Matthew Nyes, last goal came 3 games ago against Ottawa, and he has his 10th of the season. And that glaring statistic that you brought up a couple of times in the first period, Mr. Ralph, about the Blues and opening goal and giving up the opening goal, has reared its ugly head to the negative side of the analytics department. Blues get it in on the right wing side. Neighbors into the corner. Round on the boards, it's going to come to the point. Trapped there by Krug. Off on the far side. Around the boards again. Marner will get to it first. Can't get it by Krug cleanly. Knocked down on the play. Now elevates it and gets it out at center. And Nylander was floating around out there waiting for a pass, but it didn't settle for him. Blues get it right back and send it down into the Toronto end. 1-0 in favor of the Toronto Maple Leafs. As an errant pass comes back to the point, Scandella keeping it in. His defense partner gets it down in along the near boards. Back to Scandella, and a shot that went wide of the net. Puck into the corner. Scandella back with it. Centers in front. Oh, what a chance that Shen had there. And I don't think he got good wood on it at all.
Boy, Ilya Samsonov was on the other side of the net. He recovered. But I don't know if Samsonov got over and got a piece of it.
Brought back in now by Kapanen. Kapanen into the slot, and a shot that's blocked. Leafs trying to get an odd man rush going. Tavares at center. Unable to get around Nick Leddy, though. Blues regroup back in their own zone. Getting to the puck here is McCabe. Freed it up for Tavares. Tavares down into the corner. Back to the point once more. McCabe had difficulties with it once, twice, 3 times. Blues breaking. Chance now for Kevin Hayes. A pass on the far side, and unable to handle it was Nathan Walker. The Leafs countering. Brought it in over the line. A weak shot taken there by Robertson. Somewhat handcuffed Hoffer a little bit. It's up against the end boards. Robertson punches it around for McCabe. McCabe sends it back from whence it came to the far side now. It'll be trapped over there and sent into the corner. Leddy for the Blues got it back. Now back of the net, trying to come out with it. Tavares is wedged up against the boards. Bobby McMahon in there trying to dig it free. Knocks his man over. And it is played to the far side where David Camp in the midst of a line change. Got it back behind the net. A wraparound attempt. And a shot then from the far side is deflecting up into the screen off the stick of Pontus Holmberg and out of play.
When we get to this time of year, you start talking about what you need and what deals you can make. Well, when the St. Louis Blues won the Stanley Cup in 2019, they were in last place in the NHL early in January. They make a coaching change. Greg Berube took over for Mike Yeo. And you want to know the significant deal they made down the stretch to win it? Michael Del Zotto was the pickup. But the Blues went on a stretch 23-9-1.
Well, the other thing was that Jordan Binnington was brought up from the minors, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was a big
But
part
that
of that
was
turnaround.
that was the turnaround in January. The Richmond Hill native went on to have a wonderful playoff series.
But again, I think like you saw Florida going to the finals last year, it's about getting hot at the right time.
Around into the St. Louis zone, chipped back of the net for Reeves. Reeves kicks it to the side of the goal, couldn't get it out in front. Brandon Saad has it turned over. Here's Holmberg back in now for Camp in on goal, and a good save made by Hoffer as he had to come across from his left to his right.
And David Camp, a pretty good move taking it to the net. Wasn't it? He tried to go backhand, forehand around the right pad of the St. Louis goaltender, but was stymied.
Bouncing puck in on the Leafs is covered up.
Holmberg actually made the great play with the stick lift to keep it in right at the blue line and then throw it to David Camp going to the net.
Yeah, just as he got to the front of the net, it rolled off the toe of his stick. He never did deliver a shot to the goal. But a tough move to take it right to the blue paint for sure. Draw one by St. Louis, and a one-timer went wide of the net. Bounces high to the far or the near corner. Chipped ahead for Marner. Doesn't get out. Letty on the right wing side. A shot deflects. That was stopped, and then it was centering pass is swallowed up by Samsonov, and he'll stop play. The Blues' 8th shot on goal. The Leafs with 10. And a goal in the first period, courtesy of Matthew Nyes.
Where Ilya Samsonov was lucky on that as the puck originally was below the goal line to his left. And he was out more towards the top of the crease, the centering pass at the side of the net, and went right back to the Leaf goaltender.
Marner draws the additional assist on the goal. And it comes 22 seconds into the second period. The Leafs didn't waste any time. Puck intercepted in the center ice area, fed back into St. Louis territory by Marner. Played out at center, and it is intercepted there by Matthews. Left wing side, in over the line, defenseman Benoit sending it around the boards, but it won't reach Marner cleanly. They'll have to chase after it into the corner, and the Blues are able to get it to the line, slowed up by Domi, and that allows St. Louis, though, to at least just shoot it into the Toronto zone. Domi starts back at center. Max up on the right side. Nylander slides down the right wing boards. Played around back of the net. And out at center ice now for St. Louis. They'll bring it in with Shen getting it into the left wing side. Scandella, a shot. That deflected just wide. Bertuzzi looking up ice, and he finds Willie, but it went off his stick and harmlessly down into the St. Louis zone. Kapanen in traffic. Had difficulties with Bertuzzi. Blues will try another angle and get it out for Shen, and it'll be launched down into the Toronto zone. Neighbors goes in after it. Can't come up with it cleanly, up against the boards. The scrum is on again. No wonder so many sticks get broken. Now back at the point, kept in by Kessel. Swept back of the net, going to be cut off there by the Maple Leafs, trying to make a play. Rafai, and it is backhanded off the boards to center. Marshall Rafai is no stranger to the heavy going. He had over 100 minutes in penalties last year, and 40-some-odd minutes in penalties already this year with the Toronto Marlies. So the Leafs have got a young man playing in his first NHL game that doesn't mind sticking his nose in.
Well, 10 shifts now on the night, a little over 6 minutes of ice time. 6:32 to be exact. Look at when they.
Are you producing?
Well, not if you look through the history of my statistical data. No.
Leafs win the draw. Point shot high but gloved. Hoffer makes the save, and a faceoff will come again in the St. Louis end. You know, you really don't know how much depth you have until
it's
you
tested,
have to use it, right? It is a 1-0 Toronto lead. You're listening.
All right, they're going to take a commercial break. Love that Austin Matthews stink face. It is awesome. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button and helping us out. Leafs finally woke up a little bit. We kind of been asking for it, and it's Matty Nyes getting his 10th of the year. Nice to see him finally, again, find the back of the net, of course, from Matthews and Marner, as those two continue to put up crazy points. The assists are just cooking. Marner, his 41st assist, and with that assist from Austin Matthews, that's going to put him to 72 points on the year. That puts him a point ahead of Willie now for the Leafs point lead. Let's see if Willie can challenge him and get a point and bring this one back in. But nice to see the Leafs on the board. They've been playing a little bit better in this period, but still the Blues starting to come in. Benoit throwing another big hit, which is nice to see. Benoit and McCabe, I mean, those two are just laying it out as they go. It's amazing. Now, we got a lot of new viewers joining us today. If you are new, welcome in. My name is Sam. I want to let you know you're earning points just by being here. Even if you're not subscribed, you're earning points. But today is a subscriber-only chat. So if you want to check your points, just hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. Then do !points in the chat. That'll tell you how many points you have earned. And you'll see over on the chat right now, the Streamlabs bot has a bunch of commands. Those redemption commands are what you use to bring graphics up on the screen. So thanks so much. We'll get back to the boys in the booth and see how this one continues to play. Dean, what's going on? Welcome in, and thank you. All right, game on. Let's go, Leafs go.
Much gone.
Run going there, right?
Yeah.
So,
Nylander got off to that great start.
Marner now with 63 points. Matthews with 72. Blues work it in over the line, but a drop pass is picked off, and Nyes is bringing it back the other way. Slips it into the right wing corner. Marner in after the puck as the St. Louis player falls. Banks it back to the blue line. Liljegren returns the favor. He let it go. Nyes trying to get to it but won't reach it. And it's poked out in center ice by the Blues. 13 minutes to go, second period. 1-0 Toronto. Delayed offside. Negated as they tag up. Blues get it off on the right wing side. Trying to get a shot was Robert Thomas, and it went high and wide. Banked off the boards on a bounce, and it is intercepted and brought out in center ice now by Toronto. Matthews in on the right side. Marner let a shot go. Matthews was hoping to get a stick to redirect, but it got through. And Hofer makes the save, swallowing up the puck, and no rebound.
Shots on goal advantage now 12-8, favoring the Toronto Maple Leafs. St. Louis Blues, by the way, the two players, the first year of long-term deals. It is both Jordan Kyrou and Robert Thomas. First year of 8 years, $65 million contracts. That's not bad. 8.125 AAV for both those, each of those players.
Yep, absolutely. So the Leafs leading 1-0. Brought in over the line now by Toronto. A pass back down low, trying to jam it in front of the net. There was Pontus Holmberg, and it was knocked high and comes all the way back down the ice. Sent back down into the Toronto end. Leafs break through center. In across the line. Here's Camp with the shot. No traffic, though, and Hofer had no trouble handling that.
Hey, the fourth line has spent some quality minutes in the offensive zone. As Pontus Holmberg trying to stick handle it off the goal line to the right of the St. Louis goaltender, but again, just lost control of it, much like David Kampf taking it to the net a little earlier in the period. Leafs out shooting the Blues here in the second period, though, 8-2. Might be the prettiest goal that Matthew Nyes has scored as well. We got a penalty coming up right off the face-off, and the Leafs are going to go to the first power play. A trip right off the draw, and I believe it's Jake Neighbors is going to go.
And you're right. And the power play is brought to you by your Ontario Subaru dealers. Get more value out of every kilometer in a Subaru, starting with an award-winning safety at your local Subaru dealer.
Well, the Leafs, thanks to their last game against the Anaheim Ducks, they went 4 for 5. They're 11 for 18 in the power play in their last 7.
That's unheard of.
but our second, now moved up to second overall in the NHL in power play proficiency.
43 of 153. Bertuzzi, Matthews, Marner, Nylander, Liljegren. A draw one. Liljegren at the far point gets it off to Marner. Quickly sent into the corner. Returned in a shot. Matthews was there, but so was the glove of Hoffer. And so face-off coming with 1:52 to go in the first power play for either team.
I mentioned Brett Hull a little earlier. Brett Hull scored a lot of goals with a one-timer from the left wing circle. Right-handed shot. And what we're seeing from Austin Matthews is a lot of one-timers on the power play from the right wing circle. As a left-handed shooting Matthews is really, I mean, that's been very noticeable, hasn't it, being added to the arsenal, the one-timer.
Now Nylander with a shot. That was swallowed up by Hofer, and now another face-off coming. And it was really something that has been developed, because when you remember Austin Matthews in the early stages of his career, it was all wrist shot.
And all under the crossbar.
Yes.
And then you started to see this year going 5-hole a lot more, going about 2 feet off the ice glove side, then the one-timer.
Draws scrum, but the Leafs after the puck back of the goal. Nylander doing a good job controlling it with his skates. The puck is then bounced to the line, swatted back in a little deeper, but the Blues are going to break it out. Now St. Louis has 11 shorthanded goals. They get a chance here off a wing, and it is swallowed up by Samsonov, and he stops play.
As Robert Thomas had let it go. Again, is that not something that maybe started in the early 80s with the Edmonton Oilers, using their top players in the penalty kill?
Yep. Thomas has 3 of the shorthanded goals. Neighbors, who's in the box, has got 6. Oh, excuse me. No, that's power play goals. I'm reading the wrong stat. But they have 11, and then the Philadelphia Flyers, who were just in town, lead the league in that department. And an errant pass by Liljegren is going to come out into the center ice area. Nylander has to go back. Marner, stationary, dropping it back for Matthews. Matthews to the line, to Marner, who gets across the line, slides it back to Liljegren. Far side for Nylander, back to Marner. He's going to exchange positions, finds Nylander again, back into the corner. Bertuzzi's out in front, doesn't give it to him. Back to Marner, closing, now to Matthews. One-timer was fanned on completely, and it went well wide. Around the boards, intercepted by the Blues, and they're going to snap it out and around down the ice.
We'll get the second unit out most likely. Willie Nylander just kind of a weak attempt to get it around the boards, and it was picked off.
Max Domi comes through center, hits the line. Had it bound, it comes free. Grabbed by Tavares, a shot, and that was kicked away nicely by Hofer. A puck in against the boards, banging in there as Tavares. It comes back to the blue line. Diving play to keep it in. It comes around the wall to the near side. Back to the point, but now sent out at center ice. And now a chance for the Blues in on goal, and a shot went off a leg and wide of the net as Torpchenko let it go.
Torpchenko had the lone goal for the Blues in their 4-1 loss in Toronto.
Played into the center ice area by St. Louis. And it is then sent in by David Camp, only to be punched back out at center by St. Louis. And now they break in on the right side. Perieko playing it into the corner. It comes around back of the net for Benoit. And Benoit is able to play it down into the St. Louis end, but they're going to call icing despite Ryan Reeves' efforts to get down there, who tripped up and did a bit of a nose plant in the area near the boards, coming back into the Toronto end for a face-off. 9:07 to play in the second period. 1-0 Toronto.
Now they end up with an icing call here, but the fourth line's been pretty good, haven't they? Had the great opportunity by David Camp. Holmberg took it to the net in the second period as well.
Draw one by St. Louis. Near side for Krug. Former Bruin works down in along the boards, puts the brakes on, works back towards the point with a drop pass, a shot by Buchnevich was blocked. It comes back to Krug once more. His shot blocked off the shin pad of Reeves. Leafs trying to elevate it to center to get it out. And they're going to get it down into St. Louis territory to get a change of players started. Krug will have to start out of his own end. Matthews' line is over the boards. Krug sending it down into the Toronto zone. Brody is able to settle it down, rings the boards with it. Cut off by the Blues there. Nice play by Robert Thomas. But then Toronto is able to punch it out at center ice, and Thomas shoots it right back in again. Samsonov couldn't slow it up. Matthews starts away with a pass from Marner, but a giveaway on a bad feed, and then a bouncing puck that Buchnevich couldn't handle is forced back at the net. Matthews is after it again. It comes to the side of the goal, and Samsonov will stop play with the scramble going on, and they'll bring a face-off back into the Toronto zone. Leafs 1, Blues no score.
Going to a commercial break. Onyx, what's going on? Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Again, the pace has kind of slowed down here. The Leafs jumped out, scored that goal by Matty Nyes, but they've kind of slowed down on the pressure. Power play was not great, I'm not going to lie. Some good chances. Matthews had an opportunity for a one-timer, but he kind of fanned on it, put it to the side of the net. Willie had a couple of chances there, but the Leafs really not much going on. And St. Louis did have that shorthanded attempt. Definitely a turnaround in shots. Toronto with 10 shots so far in this period. St. Louis only with 3. Toronto continuing to be dominant in the face-off circle. So getting some good stuff done. Love it. Really, really like it. They're doing some good job. Toronto did win the first meeting with St. Louis not too long ago. Was it like a week ago? They won 4-1. That was when Bobby McMahon had his hat trick. So they are looking to take this one. These are the only 2 meetings of these teams this season, and then things will be going down. So hopefully the Leafs can pick this one back up. Thank you so much, everybody. Again, great job hitting those likes. We're almost at 150 likes, so if you haven't hit that like yet, give it a click. And thank you so much for everyone who's subscribed to join our community. At 9,800 subs, we are going to announce our 10K giveaway. So if you want to get in on that, hit that subscribe, join our community. We're going to have a whole lot of fun. Jay, what's going on? Welcome in Elizabeth as well. Happy Family Day to you and yours. We appreciate you choosing to spend a few minutes of your day with us here for the Maple Leafs and the St. Louis Blues. They're just coming back, so we will jump back in at the next commercial break. Thanks, everybody. Go Leafs, go.
All right. Now we're good. Leafs.
Matthews does not, by the way. He's got a pretty ridiculous streak going of at least 1 shot on goal in a game. 4 shot attempts in this one, but no official shot on goal.
Even with the post, right? Bouncing puck into the slot is whistled wide of the goal there by Shen, and it's going to be played high and knocked by a stick into the benches. So a face-off is coming back, and it'll be down in the Toronto zone as a result.
You know, we were talking about the depth a little earlier. I mean, it turns out to be a break that the game that against St. Louis that Bobby McMahon scored the 3 goals wasn't supposed to play until found out that Marner, Tavares were battling the flu bug. So the Leafs ended up playing shorthanded. To an extent, Bobby McMahon gets in, scores 3 goals. I mean, there's a lot of great stories like that, isn't there? Where somebody looked like their career might have been wavering a little bit to be going back to the minors, and you have like one great moment.
Leafs chop the puck out at center. This is going to turn into an icing. No, like
Wally Pipp?
Is
that what you're going to say?
I was going to say, I'm not feeling real well. I think I'll take the day off. Yeah, hey, Lou Gehrig, why don't you just take over? I'll be back.
Just give it a shot.
I'll be back in about 3,000 games. Oopsies. Draw one by St. Louis, but it squirts past the defense and then a stolen puck. Leafs in a goal with a shot. Oh, and a chance there for McMahon. He was all alone on a breakaway from about the Leaf blue line in. Now the Blues get it down into the Toronto end. Benoit takes his man to the boards. The puck squirts to the near side. Krug couldn't get it to the net, and the Leafs are breaking it out with Nylander. In over the line. Nylander holds up, works to the far half boards, back to the point. Long shot delivered wide of the net by Rafai. Into the corner now, trying to free it up. Back of the net, Lajoie. Knocked down back of the goal. The Leaf forward can't, trying to find out Domi. It's Max Domi back there. He got it up on the wing, but the Blues are able to bring it out. 6:38 to play, second period. Just one goal on the board, and it belongs to Matthew Knies and the Maple Leafs. Domi to center. Tried to make a little chip pass for Bertuzzi that didn't connect. Scandella to his defense partner, and Calle Rosen got his skates locked up with the referee, and both players went to the ice. Now the Leafs are able to get the puck to the line, but not out. But it'll be brought to center ice now and shot in by Lajoie. Blues back in their own zone. Ooh, a spin around D-to-D effort was almost picked off there back of the St. Louis goal. Holmberg back behind the net. Lajoie trying to chip it. It bounces out in front. Back to the point. A shot. That was whistled wide and at the side of the goal. Good play by McCabe to settle it down and get it out. Racing after it is Holmberg. Holmberg in around the back of the net. Drags the puck with him. Holmberg still with it. Trying to send it back for Camp. That got past him. Kept in at the blue line. And a shot is steered wide of the net by Hofer. Back to the point again. Brody into the far corner, centering Ifford. Doesn't reach the front of the goal. And the Blues will try to move it out into neutral ice. Reeves is into the back check, and I think he's going to get a penalty. Well, I think not.
18,000 other people agreed with you.
I think he should have, but he didn't. Reeves back in along the boards deep in St. Louis territory. Got it out in front. Scramble on. Trying to get a shot away was Matthews. And now Reeves is going to get a penalty.
Well, right after Matthews and Marner almost come up with a great scoring chance, Ryan Reeves still on the ice after a long shift. Does, in fact, take the tripping penalty, but not on the back check. He takes it in behind the St. Louis goal. And that's really, especially the game against Philadelphia. Leafs took a couple of penalties in the offensive zone late that eventually cost them.
Penalty kill brought to you by CMC.
All right, they're going to go to a commercial break. Before the Blues have their chance on the power play, good old Ryan Reeves has to find a way on the scorecard, and he does it by taking a brutal tripping penalty. But let's see if the Leafs can get a shorty. It's been a little while, and you know they have the ability to do it. Thank you guys so much for hitting those subscribes. Unbelievable. Really, really appreciate it. We're 7 likes away from 150, so hit that like. And again, thank you so much for supporting our channel. Jay, welcome in. The game is being broadcast on Sportsnet East, I think. Sportsnet East, if you're in the Ontario region. Depending on where you are, yeah, everyone kind of has their own ways to do it. But we watch it. We're watching on Sportsnet East here today. Leafs need to get things going. I mean, you can't let Ryan Reeves be on the ice for as long as he was and take that brutal penalty. I mean, what do we do with Ryan Reeves at this point? What bothers me in this game, and this is going to bother you as well, Nick Robertson has only played 6 minutes. Bobby McMann, almost 6.5 minutes. Matthew Knies, 7.5 minutes. Ryan Reeves has been on 8.5 minutes. Why on earth is Ryan Reeves on the ice more time than Nick Robertson, Bobby McMann, Matthew Knies? I don't understand, Coach, what you're thinking. So, Sheldon Keefe, because you have Ryan Reeves on more time than Nicky Robertson, we're going to give you this.
What the hell are you doing?
So, come on, get it together. Reeves, he's not making an impact today. Fourth line should not be playing more than the third line. Let's see what this goes. They're coming back. Go Leafs, go. Let's kill this one off. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you. Back to the booth.
Game. Leafs in the penalty kill. 4 for 6 in the last 2, but 18 and 19 they killed off the 7 games before that.
Toronto penalty number 75, Ryan
Draw one by St. Louis. Shot deflects in front of the net. Back to the point. Krug stepped into one, and it went off a leg and went harmlessly wide. Back to the point. Krug has got a great shot from back there. Pass in front. Shot off the top of the crossbar and out the other side. Blues come close to the tying goal. Kept in at the blue line. Launched on the far side. Thomas makes a good play to keep it in. Near boards for Kyrou. Over on the right wing side. Thomas gets it back to Krug to Kyrou in front of the goal. Good save made by Samsonov. Thomas back to the point. Great pressure here from the Blues. Thomas a shot. That's wide. Rebound is trickling to the line and out. And it's going to be forced all the way back into St. Louis territory. The Leafs are going to get a much-needed change in penalty killers. Brought into the Toronto zone. Kyrou into the far corner. Swings it around the boards. It'll find Braden Shen. Shen at the half boards near side. Back of the net. Kyrou trying to get it back to the blue line and does. Now pass intercepted. And unable to get to it was Pontus Holmberg. Looked like he might have been hooked onto there, didn't it?
Yeah, it might have been a good time to get the Speedos on and out to the end of the diving board there.
Along the boards in the Toronto zone. Stolen and shot out and down the ice.
Because Holmberg made a pretty good play. Picked up the puck, tried to bank it off the left wing boards and then catch up to it. But just a little bit of interference wasn't enough for the penalty call.
Kevin Hayes gets it into the Toronto zone. Looking for a return pass from Brandon Saad. Back to the point. Parayko got it on the wing. It comes all the way around the boards. And just kept in at the point. Back to Parayko at the blue line. Holes into the slot. Saad with a shot, scores. Brandon Saad set up right between the hash marks. And not much that Ilya Samsonov could do to that.
It is amazing how often those penalties you take in the offensive zone come back to bite you. And even though both teams have had a power play in this game, the Blues power play looked a lot more dangerous than the Leafs. As Saad ended up, oh, you know what? This bounces off the right knee of Timothy Liljegren. Maybe the left knee. I think this shot, Joe, is going wide, and it hits Liljegren.
Yeah, I think you're right. On further review.
Any way you slice it, Brandon Saad has a goal, his first in the last 10 games.
15th goal of the season. And the contest is deadlocked. 2:35 to play second period. A 1-1 tie. And the puck knocked back by Tavares, but it is corralled there by Rosen. And as he tries to send it in, it goes high off a stick and into the screen out of play. And Rafai trying to make a bit of a name for himself in his first NHL game. Challenging one of the Blues there in front of the net. Parayko gets one assist. And the Blues have equaled. Sundqvist gets the other.
And the last time the Leafs had a shutout in St. Louis,
I think they only had about 5 or 6 shots. Was that Curtis Joseph?
Yeah, well, that was a 4-0 win. You're right. They had, it's still a franchise record for fewest shots. 9 shots, 4 goals. But the last shutout was a 0-0 tie, which I believe was 2 years after that.
Wow. 17-14, the time of the equalizer for St. Louis. Stolen by Matthews. Back in for Marner, and his backhand went wide of the goal. Matthews again gets a stolen puck, but it is pushed out at center ice, and Nyes turns with it. Matthew Nyes plays it to himself off the left wing boards. Parayko plays it around the boards to find his defense partner, Nick Leddy. And Leddy has it turned over and brought in by Nylander. On the wing back for Willie. It's going to come off a stick and out at center ice. And the Leafs will have to go back to regroup in the neutral zone. Domi and across the line. Sharp angle for Willie. Doesn't shoot it. Nylander curls back. Now he lets it go. That deflected. Domi back to the goal with it. Trying to chip it in. That didn't work. Domi works back at the goal. It does come out in front. Nylander gets it back to the point. Liljegren sends it back in for Domi. Domi back to the left point. Brody with a shot in traffic. That's knocked down. Bertuzzi was in front. Now to Domi. Domi on the near half boards. Still with it. Got a shot looking top shelf. I think that might have grazed the goalpost or the crossbar and gone out of play.
Boy, what a great shift by that line. A lot of almost great opportunities, but great work along the boards. Now, one thing about Austin Matthews, Joe, is how often he forces a turnover right inside the opposing team's blue line.
Either by good positioning or great stick hand.
Yeah, hand-eye coordination's outstanding. I think it's so there are some guys that it is so dangerous to try to lob the puck past them because they're so good at knocking it down out of midair.
Tavares taking the draw with Braden Shen. It is scrum. The puck comes free to Marner. Marner working around back of the net. Matthews is out in the slot. Marner takes a shot. That went wide. Tavares unable to reach it. Far side, Callie Rosen can't get out. And now finally it's poked to center ice and down into the Leaf end.
You like this from Sheldon Keefe. Put Tavares out with Matthews and Marner late in the period.
Puck in the Toronto zone. Off a skate, goes bouncing. Chipped ahead. Marner's out. Got it on the right wing. Marner to the line. Flips in for Tavares. Tavares against the boards. Marner trying to come away with it. Tavares trying to dig it out with 22 seconds left. That scrum continues, and now Marner does get it free. Around the boards, it'll find the point left wing side. Sent back into the corner and behind into an empty corner. Krug is there for St. Louis. He'll just get rid of it through center ice. McCabe taking it back. Final seconds are going to tick down. And they're going to the third period with this game deadlocked at 1 apiece.
Leafs they'll shoot the Blues 14-7 in the second period. 20-13 overall. There are some things you liked. Fourth line you liked up until the point that Ryan Reeves ends up taking the tripping penalty that ended up costing the Leafs and allowed the Blues to tie the game. But fourth line, Reeves included, have been very good when they've been able to get the puck deep, forecheck, and get some touches in the offensive zone.
We'll ship it off to...
All right, as we go to intermission, we are all squared away at ones apiece. The Leafs kind of jumped out there. St. Louis found a way towards the end of the period to tie it up. Again, it was Matty Nyes picking up his 10th from Matthews and Marner, and then it was Brendan Saad kind of off the leg of Liljegren, but Peryenko and Sundqvist picking up the assists there, and we are all squared away. Would like to sleep. What's going on? Welcome in. 20 shots for Toronto, 13 for the Blues. Toronto outshooting them 14-7 in that period alone. Leafs still leading the way in hits, just barely 15-14. Leafs 24 faceoffs won to 18 of the Blues. Taking a look, each team with a power play chance. The Blues capitalized on the power play. Leafs did not. And thanks, Ryan Reeves. It was an absolute brutal tripping call. Just got to be better. But you know what? In honor of where we are at today, we've just passed 150 likes, so thank you very much. And, you know, on our subscribe count, we've passed 9,760 subscribers. So what do you say we do a little hockey card giveaway? Let the giveaways continue. Yesterday, we gave away a 2-for-1 pass to the Hockey Hall of Fame. Today, let's give away some hockey cards. It's Family Day, so you can share these hockey cards with your family and friends. We bought a couple of packs of Upper Deck Series 1 from this year. Some good cards in here, so we're going to kind of pick and choose out. We're going to give you the inserts, which includes a beautiful Nikita Kucherov card, a Matt Tkachuk Teacher's Pet Report card, a Leon Draisaitl Star Zone card, plus a debut dates for a nice Islander rookie. And we got some other cards we'll throw in here as well. So we're going to do a little hockey card giveaway in honor of where we're at today. Lots of more giveaways to come. So make sure you do hit that subscribe and get in on it. So anybody want to win some hockey cards? All you have to do is hit, let's see some thumbs up in the chat. You want to win some hockey cards? Let me see some thumbs up and we will trigger that giveaway. Now it's going to work the way we do some of our others. All you have to do is exclamation mark, and then there's going to be a certain keyword you have to put in. It is open to anyone in Canada or the United States. We will send it out. Overseas, I'm not quite sure. We'd have to look into it. But if you are in North America, Canada, or the US, you are open to enter the giveaway. So, Kevin, YouTube has this funny thing. If you hit refresh, you will see the likes kind of go up. You probably came in when they were only 36 thumbs up. But hit refresh. We're at 154. But with 300 people watching, we can double that. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. All right, lots of thumbs up coming in the chat. Make sure you get in to subscribe. And let's tee off this giveaway. Hockey card giveaway. We're going to let it run for about 30 minutes. You do have to be in the chat to win it. Let me actually make sure the timer is set here. We'll do it for 45. Confirm. Start giveaway. So we should see it in the chat. There you go, Tyler. Thank you so much sharing it out on Facebook. Tyler, make sure you join our Facebook page and group, the Samwelb 12 Experience. You can get in on those. So there it is. Hockey card prize pack giveaway has started. Exclamation mark enter to claim a ticket. Channel members do get a bonus raffle ticket. So if you're a channel member, you get 2 chances to win. If you're not a channel member, you do still get 1 chance to win when you hit that exclamation mark enter. So while we're getting things fired up here, what are we going to do about the Ryan Reaves situation? Fred, what's going on? Welcome in. I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Jonesy's Motorcycle Adventures, welcome. Good to see you. I know a lot of you have been here watching along Ninja, so we appreciate it. I do want to give a shout out too. We get a lot of people watching us on the TV, on the big screens. So we appreciate you watching along on the big screen. And while I still think it's funny to know that somebody's watching us on the big screen TV, we appreciate it. So make sure you do hit that subscribe, come in, get in on the raffle for some hockey cards. So Ryan Reaves, what are we going to do about Ryan Reaves? This was an absolute brutal penalty, a trip right at the side of the net in front of the official. No need for that at all. Chase, what's going on? Good to see you. Welcome in. No need for a penalty like that. Again, Ryan Reaves on the ice, far too much. Nick Robertson now 6.5 minutes. If this game was riddled with penalties and power plays, and then I can understand Nick Robertson not getting a lot of ice time, but he's got to play more. This third line of Domi, Bertuzzi, and Robertson, they were playing well. Domi's getting good ice time. He's up there over 10 minutes. Bertuzzi over 10 minutes. But David Kempf, Holmberg, Reaves, Nyes, McMahon, and Robertson all subpar in terms of their time on ice. From a defensive side, it's Timothy Liljegren. He is leading the way. Liljegren's been on 16.5 minutes. Brody about 15 minutes. McCabe 15 minutes. Benoit 13 minutes. Lajoie about 10.5. And Rafai 7, almost 8 minutes. And Rafai, he's thrown a hit today. Doesn't have any shots. Lajoie has 3 hits today. Benoit with 4 hits today. Only 1 hit for McCabe. Liljegren and Brody, no hits. 2 shots apiece, and they've each been on for a goal, so a +1 for both of them. I loved Reaves on the Pens, but he's more of a liability. You know what? Reaves has just... I get it, right? When we put him in against San Jose the other day, and he was trying to challenge... not San Jose, against the Ducks, and was trying to challenge Gudas, and Gudas backed down. I understand him in this game. But I don't really think there's a need for Reaves to be in the lineup here against St. Louis. I understand there's some injuries, and that's why he's coming in. But why on earth is he playing as much as he has? Reaves on the season, he's played 27 games, this being his 28th. He is a -13, which is just brutal. It actually ties his career worst in plus-minus for the Rangers in 21-22 in 70 or 69 games. He was also a -13. So minus 13 and 27, that is just ugly. Not doing well at all. When you look back at his last 5 games, he was an even versus Anaheim, a -1 in the last game against St. Louis, even in Ottawa, -1 versus Dallas, and even against the Islanders. So Reeves just not getting on the ice for any goals, and he's way more of a liability for this squad. So they got to figure out something better to do with Reeves. I know a big part of it is due to the injury situation. Hopefully the Leafs will get some of those players back. And of course, Yarncroc is the biggest one. Once Yarncroc comes back, Reeves hopefully gets out. I hope McMahon and Robertson can continue to stay in because they're playing well. Keep Revo. He took a penalty and it cost us, but it happens. Yeah, you know what? It's true. It does, but that was a brutal trip. It was just a bad penalty, and you hate to see a bad penalty cost you a power play goal. I get it. If he was breaking up a goal scoring chance, if he was making a smart move, I get it. But that was just a brutal penalty that Reeves took. Of course, we talked a little bit about it earlier with trade deadline day coming up. There's a lot of rumors swirling around, and Pierre LeBrun has reported just a couple hours ago that apparently Marc-Andre Fleury would be open to considering a trade to Toronto. Now, there was a deal for Marc-Andre Fleury in the past, and Shanahan had vetoed it. He knocked that one down, or Fleury could have been a Maple Leaf. Well, it looks like the juices are swirling again, and Marc-Andre Fleury could be open to coming to Toronto. I guess it really breaks down to Joseph Woll. Woll has been practicing. He's looking okay. He's definitely posing to come back soon. Martin Jones has been good, and Sammy has been better. So I don't know if there's that need to bring in Fleury, especially if it's going to cost us, anything decent. But Fleury does have that experience, and it would be nice to see him kind of in a Leaf uniform for a playoff run. Crazy Canuck, what's going on? Nicky R had a couple of bad shifts, missed assignments, badly out of place. You know what? I didn't think it was so bad. Nothing worse than a lot of the other players today. This game has just been brutal for Toronto. A lot of them, missing assignments and not covering guys. And I don't think, Nick Robertson is or should be your scapegoat. Unfortunately, he has been far too many times. That's right. We do need the D. We don't need the more goaltending. We need the D. But, depending on what happens, ask yourselves the question, is Marty Jones going to be the guy to take you deep in the playoffs? No, probably not. Is Sammy the guy to take you deep in the playoffs? I'm not sure. He's been super inconsistent. When the Leafs play well defensively, Sammy does well. When the Leafs D is not playing great, Sammy struggles. Is Joseph Woll the guy? I think he could be. But with that injury, with the high ankle sprain, that is a dangerous injury for a goaltender. So it's going to be interesting to see how he can perform when he comes back. Super happy we didn't trade Nyes. But right, I mean, Crazy Canuck, absolutely very happy to have Nyes. Again, he's going to continue to develop. Yes, it's only 10 goals, but Nyes has played some pretty good hockey. He's got some size on him. He is still a rookie, right? I think Toronto fans tend to forget that. They expect a lot more out of Nyes, but he's been playing okay, and he will continue to grow and learn. If you give Sammy some D, he could be good enough. That's what it's going to come down to, right? I'm happy with Benoit and McCabe. We're going to need those two come playoff times. Obviously, Riley's going to get the job done. TJ Brody is a question mark for me. He makes me real nervous. Liljegren, I think, is good enough. He's still going to continue to develop as well. But I think we need a couple more players like McCabe, like Benoit, that can play well defensively and throw some big hits. If you look at what Vegas did in the playoffs last year, it was their defensive core who shut the door. Big, hard-hitting D guys really were able to stand up to the task. And that's exactly what Toronto is going to need in the playoff run, is some solid, hard-hitting defensemen. Now, taking a look, we see Anaheim 4-3 over the Buffalo Sabres. They've come back. Dallas and Boston tied at 2s now. Vancouver 2-1 over Minnesota. Some good games going on right now around the league. It's hockey day today. Lots of hockey all day long. I cannot wait to watch some of the other games later this afternoon. First pack was a dud, but there's a rookie-like Evangelista card worth maybe $3. That's right. Jonathan, are you breaking in? Was it those MVP cards that you were breaking into? You know, MVP is a nice set, but I'll be honest, nothing crazy. You're not going to find anything crazy in MVP, but it is some good stuff. Elizabeth, thank you so much sharing it out on the Instagram. Really appreciate that. It's those share outs that really, really help us continue to grow. So thank you so much for sharing it out. Thank you for hitting those subscribes. And of course, if you are just watching along and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe and do !enter for your chance to win some hockey cards. Even if you yourself are not a hockey card collector, they're always a nice little gift. If you have nieces or nephews or some folks playing on a hockey team, always good to give out. We have one of our coaches likes to give away some hockey cards to kind of the player of the game as a little kind of thank you for the hard effort. So even if you're not a collector yourself, lots of good things you can do with these cards. Of course, talking about hockey cards, coming up, gosh, in a couple weeks, the beginning of March, Upper Deck Series 2 hits the shelves. We will be breaking a couple boxes live on the channel. The hunt for the Connor Bedard Young Gun is going to be on, and that is going to be coming up in just a couple of weeks. So if you are into hockey cards or you want to see if we're lucky enough to hit a Connor Bedard, definitely make sure that you have your notification bell set so when we post that stream and go live with it, you get notified and can join us, because that is going to be a fun stream. We didn't do too well with Series 1, so hopefully Series 2 will pay us back. All right, Duke, take care. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it very, very much. Keep those hockey cards away from here. My nieces are at the ages where they like boys. Uh-oh, Daryl. Uh-oh. Always a fun age, isn't it? Always a fun age. Well, hopefully, talking about the boys, hopefully these boys in the Toronto Maple Leafs can have a better third period. I mean, yes, they were able to get the lead, but then they disappeared for the most part in that period. It was not great. It was not great by any means. It's about time to get things turned back around. They're starting a foam pool party. All right, Dallas is getting pumped up. She's going to hop in the foam party, get things set. Dallas, hopefully the boys aren't over there in the foam party with you. Hopefully they're mentally preparing for this third period. I hope they aren't looking to me as an example. Oh boy, Daryl. Oh, it sounds like there's some stories there. Same as us. I love Matty Nyes. Matty Nyes, man, he's impressed me so much. I can't wait for him to get things going. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate it. Happy Family Day to you as well. Hopefully these guys can figure things around. Period is going to be starting up momentarily. Get your picks. You have no. Oh boy. See, Daryl, now you have me needing to know. Daryl, you're going to have to email me. I need to know some of these stories. You've piqued my interest, Daryl. Oh my goodness gracious. Happy Family Day to one and all. Let's see if the Maple Leaf family can turn this one around to get it going. My nephew has been talking about pulling a Bedard card since before, even in packs. Finally just bought one of the packs. Weren't happening. We'll see. Series 2, it's coming out in just a couple of weeks. The Bedard hunt will be on. All right, let's get back over to the game screen. There's a few good ones. Oh, Daryl, you're killing me. All right, we'll chat. You got to tell me. All right, let's see what this third period has to offer. Let's get it going.
You're watching the Samwelb B12 experience.
All right, let's get back to the booth and see what's going to transpire in this.
You're 9 back. As Matthews.
Yeah, that kind of got a bit of an explosion there.
Well, and when Matthews had his 3-goal game against Anaheim in the Leafs 9-2 win, Sam Reinhart's team, the Florida Panthers, beat Tampa 9-2. But Reinhart did not score any of the 9 goals for the Panthers.
So the teams are at center ice. We're getting set for the start of the third period, the start of this 4-game road trip for the Maple Leafs. Stops in Arizona, Vegas, and Colorado. Puck is dropped, and we're underway.
Boy, right off the face-off, his stick comes up, and Pontus Holmberg looks like that's Matthew Nyes, number 23. I mean, this, I think, got him up under the visor.
And probably in the roof of his mouth. So they're looking for blood here, whether this will be...
And it's kind of a careless...
Oh, wow. Yep.
Now, is it 2 or 4? Did you hear?
Didn't hear.
But yeah, careless play right off the face-off. So this was just a couple of seconds into the period. And...
Just 2, apparently. And the power play brought to you by your Ontario Subaru dealers. Get more value out of every kilometer in a Subaru, starting with award-winning safety at your local Subaru dealer. Leafs with an opportunity with the power play. 4 seconds into the period. So Kyrou is in the box. Leafs moving right to left. Matthews to the line and in. Flips it in around back of the net. Goaltender Hofer played it into the corner. Matthews steals, just did get it back to the blue line. Good play by Liljegren to keep it alive. Back to Nylander. Nylander works into the corner to Liljegren. Liljegren back of the net. Matthews trying to get it in front of the net. Marner with it again, back of the goal. Tried to center, he does! There's a shot on goal, and Big Pappy is tied. Got the Leafs in the lead, 2-1. As he continues to scintillate in the goal-scoring department.
And again, Mitch Marner will pick up the assist. A quick play, throw it around the boards behind the net. That was Timothy Liljegren that got down deep. Was worked out front. The Leafs lost it. Marner got it back.
Yeah, baby.
With some help from Tyler Bertuzzi, and then Marner just looks up as he comes around from behind the net, finds Austin Matthews cruising between the hash marks. And guess what happens?
What a perfect pass.
Well, power play or specialty teams even on the night. Power play goal for and 1 against.
Brought to center ice by Benoit. Weak shot went well wide. Comes back out into center ice and a foot race here with it. McCabe trying to get back against Shen. Centering pass into the goal crease area. Knocked away by the Maple Leafs, and now Nylander skates it out at center ice. The Leafs 2. The Blues 1. Austin Matthews, number 49. Played down off a stick down into Toronto territory. You just cannot give him any space or any time. It is the most amazing performance in the goal-scoring department by a Maple Leaf player in the history of the franchise. Leafs with the turnover. Get it back to the blue line, near side. Long shot taken there by Rafai. That deflected wide of the goal. And the Blues get it out at center ice. Down into the corner it goes. Rafai poking it along back of the net into the corner then. Lajoie got it ahead for Tavares. Tavares didn't get it out. It's going to roll to goaltender Samsonov. He'll stop play. And a face-off coming as a result.
Nice.
Marner gets the lone assist. Sorry, Jeff.
All right, so all the injuries on the blue line. And what it does is it forces everybody else as a 5-man unit to be better. The Leafs have only given up 13 shots here in this game so far. As Austin Matthews with a power play goal here early in the third period. They scored early in the second on the goal by Matthew Nyes. And now early in the third on the power play from Austin Matthews.
Well, in the game at home against St. Louis, with everybody out of the lineup, they allowed just 15 shots on goal, right? Blues back in their own end. Get it up on the wing. Chip to the line and in out of the net. Samsonov snaps it off the glass. It's going to come to the blue line, but not clear. Back around behind the net. Brody with some skating room on the right wing side. Carries to the line and out. Hits the red line, scooping it high, deep into St. Louis territory. David Camp in on the forecheck, but the Blues quickly get it back to center ice, and Kevin Hayes will send it back into the Leaf end. McCabe couldn't take a pass there from his goaltender cleanly. It comes back to the point. Long shot! Juggled by Samsonov. It fell right to his right pad. And he had good vision of tracking that puck to realize where it was. And then snap the catching hand down.
While there is a stop in the play, make sure your YouTube feed is live. Make sure your live button is clicked and the little red light is on, so that way you're not behind. Make sure you are live.
He tried to just push it back to his defenseman, but McCabe wasn't expecting it. The Blues close in and eventually get another scoring chance out of it.
Draw one by St. Louis. Shot partially blocked. Comes in front of the net. Nyes got there first, but ran out of room as he took it into the corner. Now gets it back of the net for McCabe. McCabe flipping it, and it does come out, but Matthews could kind of twist it around trying to find it. Never able to make any offensive thrust with it. McCabe will try again. Circles back. Goes D to the far side for Benoit. Played out at center and in over the line with Nyes. Nyes back in front for Matthews. Oh, and that was covered up finally by Hoffer as a good play made by Nyes. You think about it, he might only be one away from another hat trick if that one in the first period hadn't gone off the crossbar.
Well, and a great opportunity here is Austin Matthews and Matthew Nyes. It's a 2-on-3 coming over the line, but they have a little give and go. But Matthews has to take the puck on the backhand and got stuffed out before he could get anything decent onto the net.
Drawing a circle to the left of the St. Louis net. We are back with you on Wednesday night at 10 o'clock start. That will be from Arizona. Hope you'll join us. Brody back in his own zone after a errant pass by the Blues. Gets it off on the wing, chipped in over the line and down into the corner by Lajoie. And the Blues are going to turn it back up ice with Kasperi Kapanen. Kapanen in on the right side. Played it to the side of the net. Liljegren got back there. So did Max Domi. Domi on the boards, trying to backhand it out. Had it blocked. Blues keep it in. Back to the point. Kessel with a shot. That hit a leg and went harmlessly wide. Puck in the corner now, and it is played ahead for Nylander. Nylander slides it on for Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi gets to the offensive end, surrounded in there, then has the puck almost follow him out into the slot before it was knocked away finally and down back of the net.
That was a 1-on-3, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Blues at center. Played into the Toronto zone. Toropchenko into the corner after it. Lajoie pushed it ahead. McMahon couldn't get it. Back to the point. Shot deflects in front of the net off the stick of Calle Rosen. Blues with it again, looking for Rosen once more. He'll go to his defense partner, and a shot is drilled by Scandella into the crest of goaltender Ilya Samsonov to stop play with a face-off coming in the Toronto zone.
I've really liked Ilya Samsonov's game. Been so quiet. The Leafs have been very good in front of him, allowing them to see it, but we don't see that extra move. You know, that jitteriness that when Samsonov seems to have his struggles, that creeps into his game. 25-16, the shots favoring the Toronto Maple Leafs right now with a 2-1 lead, 15:02 to go here in the third.
Draw to the right of Samsonov. And the draw is scrummed, and Camp comes away with it. The Leafs get it up on the left wing boards, and out comes Pontus Holmberg. Holmberg to the line with McMahon. Bobby McMahon sent it back behind the net. Goaltender had his stick knocked out of his hands. It's in the corner of the rink. Puck is around back of the goal. Blues trying to get it out. They're not going to be able to succeed initially, but do now. And now a foot race for it. Trying to break in there was Hayes. He was too well covered on the back check. And the puck went harmlessly into the corner.
Boy, Ilya Samsonov just the last second. A stand-up poke check to knock it away.
Matthews back in with the shot. Pad save made by Hopper at centering pass. Periaco trying to work it out. They'll get it up on the right wing. Roll it to the side of the goal. Tipped into the corner by Samsonov. Leafs get it back out into neutral ice. Blues back in over the line with 14 minutes to play in the third. Passes into the corner. A centering pass didn't work. It goes back of the net. Skip to the far point. Letty trying to keep it alive. Back of the net. Buchnevich gets it back to the blue line once more. Sent off on the right wing side for Kyrou. And he can't keep it in as it's come back into the center ice zone. Colton Periaco loses the puck.
Well, he lost it. They're going to say Matthew Nyes with a hook. So Ryan Reeves takes a tripping penalty in the offensive zone. Matthew Nyes now takes one right at the St. Louis line. And if they don't call the penalty, he might have had a lane to the net. But boy, this is... I thought this was a pretty good defensive play for the takeaway, but referees don't agree.
All right, commercial break. The Leafs going to be down as the St. Louis Blues go back on the power play. This period has been back and forth. Toronto, though, getting the jump by Big Papi. Austin Matthews, his 49th of the year. Holy moly. One more away from 50. It's just spectacular performance by Austin Matthews. Even when the Leafs are not playing their best, Matthews still finds a way to hit the back of that net. 1 goal away from 50. And again, if Matthews hits his 50 today, he will join that list of players to get, he'll be in the top of the people who have hit the 50 goal marker in the fewest games. I believe it would put him at 53 games played, which is absolutely crazy. Hey, Charlie, no word on Morgan Rielly yet. Now, I haven't checked the sources since the game has started. I kind of thought we would have heard before this game had started, but nothing as of yet. Today would be game number 4, so nothing as of yet. Let's just do a quick scroll, see if there's anything. No, not seeing anything on Morgan Rielly just yet, so hopefully we will get it soon. Again, thanks so much, everybody, for hanging out with us today. The game is going to be back underway momentarily, but we appreciate you hanging out with us. Thank you for hitting those subscribes. 10 subscribers away now from 9775. 400 people here. Make sure you hit that subscribe. And again, at 9,800, we're announcing our 10K giveaway. So hit that subscribe. Welcome to our community and enjoy. We're going to have a whole lot of fun to come in the back half of this season. Now let's get to it. Can the Leafs kill this one off, or will the St. Louis Blues tie it back up? Time to get this one going. So boys in the booth, I hope you're ready. Let's hear this call. Although there's still a commercial break. That's a really long commercial. But again, thank you, everybody. 13:38 to go. Can the Leafs hold down the fort? Do the Blues get this one back in?
That's 20-25 games.
They'll do the face-off again. The first one wasn't done correctly, and the puck is dropped and now worked up on the boards by Brody and snapped out and down the ice.
What do you think is the most important face-off?
Oh, a long lead pass that went off his stick from the goaltender, goes down into the Leaf end. The Leafs are going to get it off the boards and get it out into the center ice area anyway. Now Blues bring it back in. Robert Thomas dropping it off on the boards, comes back to the blue line, chipped ahead, and one man back, and it's Noah Gregor in across, or at least Marner in over the line, but he had it knocked away, and it's back out into the center ice area. Played down in over the line by Thomas. Thomas too well covered, and shot into the bench by Marner, trying to get it out and down the ice.
I was going to ask, what's the most important face-off? On a power play, on the offensive zone, or in overtime? To start overtime, because that to me, and watching how overtime games progress, boy, that opening face-off is huge. Especially if you can play keep away and get the other team's top guys off the ice.
And get them tired and everything else. You're right. This time the Leafs win the draw, but Benoit can't chip it down the ice. The puck in along the near boards. They battle for it. It comes back to the blue line. Buchnevich over on the left wing side. Gets it back again. Pavel Buchnevich, top of the circle, runs into traffic. Nylander has broken it up. And now Nylander breaking. Right wing side, partial breakaway. Shooting. Scores! Wee Willie on a shorthanded rush. He took a look over at Pontus Holmberg and said, "You know what? I got more goals than you do. I'll try it." And he did.
But boy, did he use Holmberg as a decoy all the way in as the Blues turn the puck over right inside the Leaf line, and Willie Nylander picks it up and takes off. And you can see Hofer Joe start to lean to his right, knowing that Holmberg is there. And as soon as he does that, exposes some room over the left shoulder, Willie Nylander snaps it short side. And the Leafs, now with an even strength, a power play and a shorthanded goal, are out to a 3-1 lead here midway through the third period.
Third shorthanded goal of the season for Nylander, who registers goal number 29 at 7:29. So the Blues get a little taste of their own medicine, one of the leaders in shorthanded goals with 11. That is the Leafs' 6th of the season. Blues get it in over the line. First 2-goal lead of the hockey game, and it is 3-1 Toronto. Perienko to the near side for Shen. Cross-ice pass on the left wing side, and a shot that went wide. Shen couldn't knock down the rebound. Shen taken to the boards. Nicely filled in there by David Kampf, freeing the puck up. Shot down the ice, and the penalty is over. Rosen will start out for the Blues. Got it ahead. Nick Leddy carries in over the line. Bouncing puck to the far side. 11:23 to go in the third period. And the Maple Leafs winning streak in position maybe here to be expanded. Played in over the line. Oh, good hit by Max Lajoie. Stood up, the St. Louis player, and flattened him right in the slot area. And Lajoie with a bit of a grin on his face as he and fellow Toronto Marley, Marshall Rafai, have a little bit of a laugh about it. But Willie Nylander going coast to coast.
Boy, and he just throws it up, yeah.
What a fake.
I mean, if you're the goaltender, you go back to Ilya Samsonov, you remember against Winnipeg, had the 2-on-0 against, and was brilliant despite a couple of passes being made before the shot was taken. This time, Willie Nylander, he's waiting, and the goaltender's thinking, I got to decide. If I got any chance of getting over, I'm going to have to guess. Of course, Nylander says, not so fast.
And he backed in, too, anticipating going post to post, didn't he, Jimmy? Gave
absolutely.
Nylander a lot of room. And Willie realized it quickly. Now here's Robertson getting in on the right side. Flip pass, a backhand shot. That was stopped by Hofer, and the Blues get it out at center, only to have it tipped off the stick before it got into the zone. Benoit outfights his man to play it further up along the boards, but now it comes back into the Toronto end, and McCabe has to chase down it into the corner. Centering effort stopped by Samsonov on the short side. The puck back of the Toronto goal, fed into the far boards. Robertson late getting there. McMahon will try the near side, but can't catch up to it. Blues, a little bit of keep away, come to Buchnevich. His shot explodes off the glass over top of the Leaf goal. Back to the blue line. Kessel to the far point. Trying to work now is Scandella. His shot blocked in front. Blues with good pressure here. Pass, another deflection goes wide off the stick of Kessel. Then around the boards, it's going to find Kessel once more. Chipped at, though, by Bobby McMahon. He's going to get it out, I think, and finally does. And the Leafs in need of a change of players. Leafs get a turnover at the blue line. Rattled up on the boards for Nylander. And Nylander starts away. Left wing side, Domi. Domi sends a shoot in that's well wide of the goal. Nylander after the puck on the far side. Can't come away with it. Bertuzzi's gone to the front of the net, but they can't get him the disc. Blues back with half the period to go. A Toronto 3-1 lead. Pass back into the slot. Krug dishes instead of shooting. And the Leafs come away with it, and it's airmailed high over the outstretched hand of the diminutive Krug, but down into St. Louis territory it goes.
Leafs have really showed some poise in their own end, haven't they? When they've been able to get to loose pucks. Instead of throwing it blindly, they've made a lot of good 2-3 foot passes to get it to teammates in a better position to get it out.
Far side for Reeves. Reeves takes it to the boards, has it in his skate. Puck finally is dug free, comes around to the near side. Periaco trying to take it to the wall, knocked away there by the defenseman, and Rafai gets it around back of the net, but Lajoie couldn't help him out. Periaco, his shot gone off the stick of David Camp. It finds screen, and a stoppage of play comes as a result. Too big.
What's up, Keep Six? Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Thank you for hitting that subscribe. Wow, one away from 9770. Unbelievable. Thank you so much. All right, it's giveaway time. We're going to enter the giveaway. We're going to pick our winner. Last chance. If you have not entered the giveaway, hit that subscribe and do !enter in the chat for your chance to get a raffle ticket. We're giving away some hockey cards. Get in there. We're going to close it in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we wait a minute because there's a YouTube delay. And closed. All right, let's pick the winner. Good luck, everybody. Thanks to those who have hit that subscribe and got in there. We're going to be doing lots more giveaways as we climb towards 10K. And of course, at 9,800, just 30 subscribers away, we're announcing our huge 10K giveaway. So here we go. Let's see who our winner is going to be. Good luck, everybody. And the winner of the hockey cards are... I click pick winner. Marie, thank you for hitting that subscribe. It should tell us who the winner is. Mark, congratulations. Mark Dangle, you have won the hockey cards. Congratulations, Mark. Now, is Mark still here? Because that is the thing. You have to be here to do it. He's got 30 seconds to claim it. We'll see if Mark is here. If so, he'll get his hockey cards. If not, we will redraw again. Let's go back to the booth and see how this is going to clear out. 8:22 to go. Thank you for hitting that subscribe. Go Leafs, go.
At Scotiabank Arena, which previously obviously Air Canada Center. For the second time in that building, the Leafs won in regulation against St. Louis.
Glad he can't keep the puck in. It has slid down into the St. Louis zone. Nylander.
All right, Mark says give it away again. At the next break, we'll draw another winner.
Goals is 5th in the NHL in that department. A shot here is deflected harmlessly to the far boards. Marner takes his time. Now he finds Nyes. Nyes ran into a traffic jam and it's forced a delayed offside.
Let's go!
And it's back in over the line for St. Louis, and Brody knocked it away from him. Plus minuses on the Maple Leafs. Matthews, plus 20 coming into the game. Mitch Marner, plus 17 is next. Who's the third highest plus minus on the Maple Leafs? Mr. Ralph, would you hazard a guess?
No, but I can look it up.
Okay, but I'm going to tell you. TJ Brody is plus 16.
Now, with all due respect, I'm still going to look it up.
And, in all due respect, I don't blame you, because I could be very wrong, as I'm told.
That's a minus.
That's a minus. That's right. But, when you think about it, lots being said. Here's a scramble at the side of the Leaf goal, taken to safety by Max Domi. And Domi starts out with the pass over on the far side. And it's going to be backhanded high by Lajoie into the center ice area. Domi goes back for it. Blues bring it back in over the line. Good play on the far side by Rafai to block that path. Nylander trying to get it out. Domi has room, and he'll get it to Benoit. And Benoit is able to play it down into St. Louis territory. Anaheim comes back to beat Buffalo 4-3 this afternoon. Boy, the Sabres have struggled, haven't they?
Let's go.
Played back down into the St. Louis end. Chipped along. And into the Toronto bench it goes with 6:20 left to play in the period. Leafs out shooting St. Louis 27-19.
All right, it's a quick stoppage in play, so we're going to pick our next winner. Mark so kindly said pick again. So the next winner of the hockey cards is going to be...
They defended exceptionally well in front of their own net. We said
Jordan, Disney Adventures. Jordan, are you here? Do you want them?
And they've been physical in front of Ilya Samsonov.
Bounce down into the Toronto end. Bouncing puck into the corner. That's drawing a scrum along the boards. And as it comes free, Bobby McMahon comes away with it, skates it out at center. Trying to flip it in now for Robertson. Robertson sends it in front of the goal. Oh, upended there was Tavares without a call. Wow. Either he decided he was going to get one of those hula hoops and just do a slide into the net. But boy, oh boy, he was lifted right off his skates.
Now you got to believe that the feeling from the officials was that he just lost an edge going to the net.
Played down into the St. Louis end. Icing waved off. 5:20 to play in the third period. Blues back of the net. Perrielko gets it up on the near boards. To the line and in. Good play made there on the back check by Pontus Holmberg. He cut in front of Toropchenko and just denied him access to the front of the net. And an easy cover-up then made by Ilya Samsonov.
All right, they're going to the commercial break. Congratulations, Jordan. Jordan, you got a couple prizes coming your way. Unbelievable. What luck on the draw. Again, thank you, Mark. Mark saying draw it again. And Jordan, congratulations. So I'll confirm your address with you, Jordan. I'll get this little package out to you. Daryl says the gamble isn't working. All right, Daryl, let me take a little look-see. I will get that fixed. If anybody else's gamble is not working, let me know. Sometimes I got to kind of remove it and refresh it and add it back in. So I will get that taken care of, Daryl, and hopefully you can get the gambling going. Again, gambling is available with any membership package. We have 4 different membership levels available. So if you're enjoying the channel and you want to get a little bit more involved and become a channel member, you certainly can. And that will give you access to a bunch of custom emojis as well as the gamble feature. And then each package does come with its own kind of perks and benefits as well. So thank you so much to all of our channel members for supporting us the way you do. And wow, I gotta find you here, Daryl, in the list. But we appreciate it. Thank you everyone for hitting that subscribe today. Absolutely incredible. 22 subscribers away from 9,800. We're gonna have to announce that big giveaway very, very soon. I can't believe it. So I don't know if it's gonna happen today, but we might have to make this announcement during the late game coming up in just a couple of nights. But let's see what's going to happen for this one. Daryl, I'm going to keep looking. But the Leafs, they're ahead. 5 minutes left to go in the third period. Let's see how they close it out. Again, thank you everyone so much for your support today. Let's go.
Matthews snapping home a power play marker. Number 49 on the season. John Tavares gets to the blue line, chips it into the far corner. Blues are able to knock it away. They'll get it out into neutral ice. Errant pass. Shot right back out at center by Toronto. Then even deeper by Tavares. Blues are in their own zone.
Let's go.
Marieko just gets it out. Nye stopped that at the red line, and the Blues have to go back to regroup again. This time it is Kevin Hayes. Slowly coming out, now dropping it even deeper. Blues complete their change. And it's brought through center ice and to the line by Robert Thomas. Fed over on the left wing side. Thomas gets the return pass. Thomas against the boards, back to the blue line, looking for Krug. Pass onto the near side. Extra attacker on the ice here with 4:02 to go. Net empty for St. Louis as they get a shot away, and it rang wide. Rebound comes to the near side. Poked back in around the boards to the far side. St. Louis in back of the net, trying to work out with it. Saad tries to get it back to the blue line. Now to Krug. Krug holds at the top of the triangle, if you will. Now a wrist shot coming. That went wide. Shen couldn't get to it. Krug is able to backhand it in. 6 attackers on the ice here with 3.5 minutes to play. Back to the point. Krug once more. Near side for a pass taken there by Shen that didn't connect. He gets it again. Back to Krug once more. Settled over on the far wing. Turning with it is Thomas. Thomas back to the blue line once more. Thomas dishes off on the left wing side. Gets it returned. Now the wrist shot comes. Rebound in front. Down is Samsonov. Swimming around. Has lost his goal stick. Leafs are able to keep it in. Samsonov can't get his goal stick until it's handed to him by McCabe. Blues still with it. Leafs hemmed in their own zone. Long shot wide of the goal. 2:56 to play third period. Back to the point. Thomas on the left wing and a shot. That was blocked. Cleared to the line but not out. Thomas keeping it in. Thomas on the far side. Down low. Matthews unable to reach it. Thomas once more. Top of the circles. Near side for Krug. Back to Thomas. Thomas to the left wing side. Both teams tired, but the Leafs standing around in their own end, boxing out as best possible, and so far they've been successful, and they get it out and down the ice. Won't be anywhere near the empty net.
Boy, Benoit McCabe, how many big blocks and clears in front of Ilya Samsonov did they have in the last 45 seconds?
Flipped into the Toronto zone. Wholesale changes for both teams. 6 attackers still for St. Louis. Brody got it into the corner. Marieko trying to work it back up the boards. Still free and hacked and whacked along the wall there. Time ticking away, 1:55. Puck still free. Now here's Bertuzzi getting it airmailed. Nylander in a foot race. Trying to beat Nick Leddy, but it's going to be an icing call.
Boy, that puck is maybe 3 inches over the line when the whistle goes. And Willie Nylander thought he might have had a step on his man, but the face-off all the way back into the Leaf zone. And we could here, with 1:46 to go in regulation, get a timeout from the St. Louis Blues. A delay might just be to milk a little extra time for the top guys on the ice.
Drew Bannister is the interim head coach, and at this point doesn't appear to be calling the timeout. 1:46 to go. Draw one by the Maple Leafs. Hammered around the boards. It's going to skim out and down the ice. It's well wide of the empty net. And another icing.
I know we've talked about this before, and obviously this would benefit the Leafs. But if a guy attempts to keep the puck into the zone and is unsuccessful, I think the icing should be waved off. No different than when you see a goaltender come out of the net to try to play it on an icing call. It's waved off.
Yeah. Take it up with the Rules Committee. Should I just put your name on the top of the letterhead?
Yeah, right after we get all the suspension stuff worked out.
Face off to the right of Samsonov. Puck scrum. Grabbed off by Nylander. Fed ahead for Bertuzzi. Empty net. Missed it by 10 feet, maybe. Now brought back to center. Nylander has it. Gets it back to his defenseman. A pass ahead, but was intended for Bertuzzi that missed. Puck back in the Toronto goal. David Camp comes away with it. His pass was blocked. Now another effort to play it up the boards was blocked. Comes back to the blue line. Krug with a shot and scores. A deflection in front, but how big might that miss by Tyler Bertuzzi be at the empty net?
And I mean, this was Bertuzzi's got it outside the blue line, and it looked like it was a little lackadaisical. The attempt, the one-leg kick, and I think he just rifled it right over top of the net. Seconds later, and I think this goes off something in front, Joe.
It
Point
may
shot.
have been Buchnevich. Krug let the shot go. Now there was definitely traffic in front.
Let's go. Let's go.
And we'll wait and see who gets credit for it, but it was Krug who let the shot go.
1:08 to go, so still plenty of time, and Austin Matthews is now out with McMahon and Marner.
Goal won by the Leafs. Brought through center ice. Goaltender back into the cage. Sent in around back of the net by the Leafs, and Krug will turn with it. There goes Hoffer to the bench. Blues in over the line. Trying to score 2 6-attacker goals. Clearing attempt didn't work. Leafs need to get it elevated, and they do. And it's going to be down into the zone. Bobby McMahon trying to fight for the net, and he does, and he scores! Rocket McMahon has launched another one into the net. This time no goaltender around, and that is going to ice a 4-2 Toronto lead.
And I think Torrey Krug thought there might have been a penalty called on McMahon, who stripped him from the puck as it came back. And you know what, he might have a case. When McMahon lets go of the stick with his left hand, little bit of a reach, maybe a hold, but he simply pushes Krug off the puck, gathers it in, and sweeps it into the net. McMahon, whose third goal of the game against St. Louis in the 4-1 win the Leafs had at home. His hat-trick goal was a bank shot into the empty net. This time, had to work a little harder for it. But the Leafs look to win 4 in a row for the third time this season.
6th goal in 3 games.
First with John Tavares in the lineup, though. Let's throw that in.
Yeah. Leafs up. Brody gets an assist. Marner the additional assist. And McMahon gets his 8th. And the Leafs are going to start this road trip off in impressive style. As the puck comes back to the point, McCabe sends it towards the net. It's blocked. Final 6 seconds ticking down. Nice in the corner for the Leafs. Plays it out at center, and that will do it. A bit of a wild third period. But the Maple Leafs are going to end up winning it. And
Maple Leafs win 4-4. I mean, what a great, well, I shouldn't say a great game. It was a nice finish to a very sluggish game. It took a while for these players to get going. 4 goals for Toronto. Matthews gets one. Bobby McMahon gets one. Bobby McMahon is kind of trying to keep pace with Austin Matthews. He's making a case to get himself a great contract. Let's go over real quickly. Here are all the goal scorers in case you don't see them at the bottom on the ticker. It is Nyes who started it off with his 10th from Matthews and Marner. Then it was Saad, his 15th from Peryenko and Sundqvist. Matthews with his 49th from Marner. Then it was Willie Nylander, his 29th, unassisted. Krug gets his 3rd from Thomas and Buchnevich. And then Bobby McMahon gets his 8th into the empty net, unassisted. Nice finish here. Let's adjust this a little bit so it can be displayed. There we go. Reviewing all the stats in this game, total shots 29 for the Leafs, 21 for the Blues. Leafs and Blues tied 6 shots each in the first period. Toronto outshot them 14-7 in the second, and then 9-8 here in the third. The face-off percentage, Toronto was leading the whole game, but they came back and it almost ended up tied 50.8% for Toronto, just getting ahead of them. Each team going 50% on the power play, 1 for 2 for Toronto, 1 for 2 for the Blues. Toronto out hits them 22 hits to St. Louis's 19. Toronto with 27 block shots. That is absolutely amazing. 7 block shots for the Blues. So Toronto, all in all, considering how slow and sluggish they started, played a decent game. There are your 3 stars just over there: William Nylander, Mitch Marner, and Austin Matthews. Well deserving for those 3 stars. When you take a look, Marner with 3 points tonight, 3 assists, a very quiet 3 assists, +2. Matthews with 2 points, a goal and an assist for a +2. Matthew Knives, 1 point. Bobby McMahon, Willie, all with a point. Nylander was buzzing all over the place. Mitch Marner led all forwards with 21:40 minutes of ice time, followed by Matthews at 19.5 minutes. On the defensive side, TJ Brody led all D at 23:55. McCabe just behind him at 23:45. So those two holding down the forts there. All in all, a nice job. Samsonov, he played well. He did his stuff. He gets the win, stopping 19 of 21 shots for a .905 save percentage. So great job. The Leafs now are traveling out west. We're going to have back-to-back nights, Wednesday and Thursday. The Leafs going to be playing at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Oh my God, 97.87 on the subscribers. Thank you all so much. We are 13 subscribers away from announcing our big 10,000 subscriber giveaway. I can't believe it. We're so close, so close. Thank you all. Thank you, mods, for an unbelievable day. Really, really appreciate everything that you mods have done. I want to thank all of our channel members. Thank you for being a member and supporting our channel in that way. Again, a very happy birthday to Curtis Joseph. Very happy birthday. And of course, Blended Family, congratulations on the birth of your daughter. Really, really appreciate it. I can fix my gamble feature. Yeah, Daryl, I removed you and re-added you, so it should be okay now. What I'll do is I'll reset the whole system after today's show. I want to thank our gifters, Ecamm Prep and Jordan Disney Adventure. Thank you so much. And again, congratulations, Jordan, picking up the hockey cards in the giveaway. We're going to do more of that leading up to the 10K giveaway. So if you didn't win this time, make sure to come back and enter next time for your chance to win. Thank you all so much. Appreciate it. To all of our new friends who found us today and hit that subscribe, we thank you so very much. This is unbelievable. I can't even believe we're having the conversation about 10,000 subscribers. It's going to come very soon, and we really appreciate it. Thank you, Rick. We are feeling so much better. We're getting so close to being able to go back to our style of play-by-play. But you know what? This has been really popular, so I think we're gonna mix it up. But look at that, 11 subscribers away. Make sure you show up on Wednesday night for the Leafs and the Coyotes, because I have a feeling Wednesday night we're going to be making the big announcement. So make sure you're there. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. It's only almost 4 o'clock. Lots of day left. Enjoy your family day. Enjoy the time with your families. Thank you all so much for spending it with us here in the afternoon. And we look forward to seeing you all real soon. From everyone at the Samwelb B12 family, again, we thank you, and we'll see you on the flip side. Go Leafs, go. Another great win. Let's see what they can do with those pesky Arizona Coyotes Wednesday night. Good night. Good afternoon. We'll see you real soon. Take care, everyone. And Daryl, I want to hear those stories. I'm not going to forget. Take care, everybody. Good night.